Horseshoe on the West Campus and the ACC on ESPN. Game 2 of our ACC Network football tripleheader. Long-time rivals. Nick Anderson's been in this game. Several other Deacons have as well. There's Dylan Hazen. They're getting ready to go this afternoon against Darian Mensah and the Blue Devils. The 105th meeting all time between Duke and Wake Forest, and Trey Freeman, playing his final game at Wallace Wade Stadium, is back in the Duke lineup today for Manny Diaz. Two teams going to bowls. We welcome you upstairs with Steve Addazio, Dana Boyle, Wes Durham. Great to have you with us. Jake Dickert's first year in Winston-Salem, Steve, really mirrors Manny Diaz's first season in Durham a year ago, and he's done it with terrific defense. Fourth best in ACC play is Wake Forest.
Really good football coach. When you look at the film, their team, good on special teams, good on defense, good on offense. But let's start with defense. They are a tackling machine. You can see the fundamentals in place. They rally to the ball. They play great team defense. They have great gap control. And everywhere you watch, what you see is the handprint of the head football coach and what he's building.
Yeah, Dickert's done a phenomenal job. You look at the comparison from last year to this year, and this guy who did a terrific job coaching at Washington State has come to Winston-Salem, taken a strong group of returning players, and added some very, very opportunistic guys from the portal we'll talk about the rest of the day. And the matchup today may be Wake's defense and what Duke is able to do offensively, especially when it comes to running the rock.
I mean, they're very explosive all over the field, but you start right here and you look at Nate Shepard. I mean, this guy can put his foot in the ground, accelerate, then he lowers his pads, keeps twisting and turning. Look at his ball security. This is a really good running back who is a threat at any moment to be a home run hitter and score touchdowns. Then you come back with the hammer. You got the Castle hammer. I love this guy, blood in his nose. He's a fantastic short yardage player.
Well, and you see Duke, don't let the numbers fool you here. The Blue Devils are 9th in the ACC in rushing at 134 a game. But when you take both these guys and start packaging them up, it's really interesting to watch how much they can expand their offensive game. And Dana, it's also senior day, and there's a local flavor to Manny Diaz's team there.
That's right, Wes. Now, outside of the opportunity to go 3-0 in the state, like you mentioned, there's a trio of seniors in VJ Anthony, Aaron Hall, and Trey Freeman, whose journey from Durham to Duke is one to be admired. They're taking the field for the last time in a Blue Devils uniform. Now, they came to Duke committed when Duke had won 0 conference games. They trusted the process. They weathered those coaching changes from David Cutcliffe to Mike Elko. Now Coach Manny Diaz highlighting the importance of a Duke degree. Now I spoke with senior captain Aaron Hall. He said, I love this university. I take great pride in representing the city of Durham, and I carry the responsibility of showing young kids that higher education and playing at the next level is possible. I used to be one of those kids, Wes, a great steward of this institution.
I tell you what, Dana, the thing that you recognize, Steve, in seeing this Duke program grow, we certainly give Mike Elko credit for what he did here in a couple of seasons, right? Manny Diaz has taken it and continued to move it forward. But Steve, the commitment of the young people to stay in one place, we know that's exceptional given the landscape today.
Yeah, it really is. It speaks to how solid the culture is and how much they appreciate and understand the impact of the university and what it will do for their lives.
Well, there is Jake Dickert, first season, of course, at Wake Forest. They've got 4 wins of 2 touchdowns or more. They got 2 road wins. They're 3-1 on the road. And this guy now in his 5th season as a head coach has won 31 ball games. And looking forward to seeing Wake Forest, who is here, winners of 3 straight and 6 of their last 7. Both these schools are going to postseason play. They're excited about it. Duke has lost 2 straight games at home in 3 of their last 5. Blue Devils want to atone for some of the missteps they've made here at home as much as anything else today. Wake won the toss, and they will defer to the second half. So we're going to get a look at the Deacons kicking it away. Caleb Carson will handle that for Jake Dickert's club. Duke won last year in dramatic fashion. They've won the last 3, 8 of the last 12. Prior to that sequence, in those last 12 games, Wake Forest won 12 straight games in the series from 2000 to 2011. In a battle that dates all the way back to March of 1889. We'll keep an eye on special teams today because both schools are really dangerous in the return game, both the kick and the punt. Samir Hagans is deep, and he's got Jaden Moore with him. And Hagans, of course, is second in the ACC in kick returns, and there'll be no return here off the Carlson kick. And San Luis Obispo transfer from Tulane. This is Darian Mensah making his 25th collegiate start today, Coach.
Yeah, he's a good one. Highly accurate thrower, good composure, leader of this football team, having a great year. And you got to believe that he's going to have a big impact on this game today.
He's got the true freshman Nate Shepard with him. Mensah's numbers, first in the ACC in yardage and touchdowns and passing per game, second in efficiency. Here's Mensah to throw. Barcade's first catch. Trying to find some room. Wake is right there. And Jaden Loving and Nick Anderson the start. And the stop for Wake. And guys being dudes here, Coach, when Duke has the ball.
And I'll tell you, they got some dudes. I mean, this Jeremiah Hazley, look out for him. He's a blocker. He's a pass catcher. He's the engine of this offense. He is a really good football player. And on defense, Nick Anderson, been here a long time. Really good tackler, really good run stopper. Two good players here are going to battle against each other.
About a yard on the play for Barcade. There's another throw on the perimeter. Here's Barcade the catch, and he'll get to the 30. Remember that Cooper Barcade, 2 catches to start the game, which equals his total from last Saturday in Chapel Hill. That's Devon Patterson on the stop.
Well, they're going to throw another bubble off of the wide zone play, but watch this defense rally, man. They're running to the football, but you can see right now Jonathan Brewer's trying to get the ball to the perimeter, get these guys running a little bit, and then they'll pierce them at some point with the inside run game. Right now at 3rd and 5, I'm looking for Mensah here throwing a football.
And indeed, you're going to get that. He's going to take the shot, and this is Brown coming back, could not hang on, and a flag is going to be thrown. Devon Patterson was there in coverage with Quayshawn Brown.
Pass interference, number 23, defense, 15-yard penalty, and automatic first down.
Nolan Dumas is our referee. And you heard the penalty was on Braylon Johnson for pass interference. Now, that was Devon Patterson. Now, Johnson came over to make a play on the ball, but clearly the penalty was on Patterson.
Yeah, I mean, he just lost awareness of where where everything was, and clearly was a penalty.
Pistol set for Mensah with Shepard. Here is Nate Shepard's first carry of the ball game. Look out, the Nate train. First snap, Coach got a dozen before Johnson made the stop.
Well, that's, they ran a wide zone play, and he's excellent at putting his foot in the ground and getting vertical. And like I said, they're going to attack with that inside run game once they were making that defense run.
Tempo for Jonathan Brewer, the offensive coordinator. Mensah to throw here again. And delivers a ball that Barcade catches at the Wake 33. Prunty the tackle. By the way, the run by Shepard gave him 799 yards. That sets the Duke freshman rushing record.
Well, he's sensational. Wes, as we said, Cooper Barcade now already, they're getting him in his game plan. They're getting bubbles to him. Yep. Now they're throwing the ball down the field to him, trying to get matchups on the edges. Look for him to have a big impact here in this football game. But nice field position here early for Duke.
Blue Devils also bring Chase Taylor into the ball game, I think, to the far side. Or no, Javion Solomon to the top of the screen. And this is Shepard on the first down run. So Javion Solomon checked in a moment ago. Remember, they're down. Andrell Anthony is not dressed to play today for the Blue Devils. Marker on the play. Here on the run by Shepard. There's big Brian Parker in his 32nd start today. Lost his hat.
Personal foul, face mask, number 52, defense, 15-yard penalty from the end of the play, an automatic first down. Number 53 for Duke may stay in the game as his helmet came off as a direct result of a foul.
Dallas Afalava from Seattle, transfer from Idaho. The guilty party at the defensive tackle spot for Wake Forest.
Those yards just, you know, they pile on with those penalties, especially down here in the red zone. Now it gives them, you know, good field, even better field position around the 15-yard line. These mistakes can really cost you, but this is a nice drive by Duke. You know, obviously helped by the penalty, but they're moving the ball well.
Blue Devils opened up with 4 straight passes, including the ball that was flagged for pass interference. Now they're going to hand to Shepard. Look at Nate Shepard grind inside the 10. It'll be 2nd down and short here, Coach, and we're watching a Duke team that 2 weeks ago struggled against Virginia. Last week kind of found some rhythm against North Carolina.
They sure did, Wes, and they're finding some rhythm right now. They just ran the inside zone play, coming off the wide zone play, so they get the defense to run, but it's a tighter entry point. They punctured it vertically. Really nice run, really nice play, setting themselves up for a 2nd and medium. And this is a shot, this is a place right here you might see them take a little shot at the end zone here.
Tight end 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Shepard dances, he'll get to the 5. That'll be enough for the 1st down. Patterson the stop for Wake Forest, but it's 1st and goal for Duke.
I mean, you see that jump cut? How about how quick his feet are? I mean, like lightning. Here's the replay right now of the, boom, look at that jump cut. Look at him get vertical, and again, I'm gonna say it again, look at him protect the football. I love that when a back takes care of the ball down here, beautiful.
Cassano came up with nothing. The Wake linebacker. First and goal for Duke. Shepard into a stack at the 4, bounces away and scores. Nate Shepard, his 8th rushing score of the year. And Duke grabs the lead here early. Eight plays, 75 yards, Steve.
I mean, he gets into the line of scrimmage, gets a little stymied, then all of a sudden it's like he shot out of a cannon and he bursts into the end zone. This guy's feet never stop moving, his legs never stop driving. You're going to hear a lot about this young man as his career moves forward.
Here's Polino to add the point. Reynoldson to hold. And Todd Polino, the hero of last Saturday night in Chapel Hill, setting up the game-winning score, bangs it home to make it 7-0. And Nate Shepard has got 8 rushing touchdowns and a freshman rushing record.
Welcome back to Durham. Steve Adazio, I got news for you. I know Anderson Castle is on your dude list, but I've played the team game for 14 weeks. I'm making the executive decision that Nate Shepard, the true freshman, he is going to be added to your dudes list. This is a young kid, a young star in the making who maybe thought he would be impactful when I spoke with him, but he says, I didn't realize I was going to be a starter week 5.
Here's the kick return. Out of there comes Barnes, and this guy can fly now. And ball got jacked out as he hit the 30-yard line. Looked like Salas, the kicker, went down there and dislodged it. My goodness. So Wake Forest will take over after a 29-yard return. It's time for Subaru's what to watch for today. Coach, we've already seen Duke, 4th in the league in red zone percentage, get a touchdown here. Wake Forest is 16th, and Duke is last defensively when the Deacons have the ball.
Wow. Wow.
Keep an eye on that.
Yeah, it's a stat to watch. I'm kind of at my heels right now because Dana kind of came after me a little bit on this dude thing, but I might have to say she might be right. I might have to make a battlefield promotion.
Devon Claiborne. Well, what a terrific player this kid's been at Wake Forest, playing in his 44th career game today. As you look at Robbie Ashford, the Deacon quarterback.
I tell you, he is a dynamic runner. He throws a good deep ball. He is a real weapon. And right now, Wake needs to answer on this drive. They need to show a little offense here.
Quick throw on the perimeter, getting into the hands of Barnes. And boy, what a good open field tackle that is. Kamari Robinson making the stop. And here's Steve's dudes when Wake Forest has the ball.
I mean, I love the fact when I can talk about an offensive lineman on the dude list. It's what it should be. Melvin Ciani, I love him. He's a dominator. And, of course, on defense, you've got Wesley Williams for Duke, who they say has got a great motor work ethic and an outstanding pass rusher. Again, and Dana's added the Dana list. We're going to have Dana's dudes. I like that. Dana's dudes. DD.
Third down, Ashford, and hits Freeman, bounces free, and it's going to be close. They're going to give him the 40, and that'll be a Wake first down. Francois and Green finally collaborate on the tackle. Freeman had the best crack on Robbie Ashford here. Boy, hard running by the quarterback.
Oh, yeah, he runs like a running back. I mean, he lowers his pads, runs behind him. He's impressive on tape. He's an outstanding runner, but those hits will keep piling up, and sometimes that takes a toll for him as a passer.
Deacons went to bunch look at the far side, now going to reset. Cameron Johnson, the tight end, comes back here to the near side. Ashford wants to keep it on the run. He'll slide up the middle of the field. First down for Wake Forest to the 49 of Duke on the Weaver tackle. 11 yards for Robbie Ashford.
I mean, those are 11 impressive yards. He is quick. He, too, look at him put his foot in the ground and get vertical. I mean, boy, I tell you, I just worry about whether he can, how many of those he can sustain in a game. That's wearing, but he's dynamic.
Steve, look at his career rushing totals. You see the 1,600 yards.
That's really impressive, and you can see why. I mean, you just see it right on the camera right now. I mean, this guy is an impressive runner. Tight
end, Falai in motion. Here's Ashford on a boot, back to the far side, and that got knocked down. Francois, the linebacker, does a good job getting a hand in the pass lane.
I got to tell you, Wes, that play right there to me, you watch him, to me, he just looks a little bit fatigued on that naked play, that bootleg. And sometimes that's what happens, and it can throw off, your ability to adjust those throws. That's going to be the dilemma for Wake on this deal. But, they're all in, and here we go.
Ty Clark has come in to join Damon Claiborne. They are offset to the left of Ashford. That's Racanelli in motion for the Deeks. Here's Ashford to his left, looping downfield. That's caught. Ty Clark the catch, and took a big lick from Robinson, but holds on. Inside the 30 to the Duke 29. It's a 20-yard throw, and a pretty well-thrown ball from Robbie Ashford.
Yeah, I really like the way he put some touch on that ball. That was off of a read option play, and nice job hanging on to that, because you're going to take a hit on that play. That's shows some real courage and toughness.
12th catch of the year for Clark. Came into the ball game with 23 carries in the last 4 for the Deeks. First down give, Claiborne to work, trying to find a crease. Maybe a yard to the 28. The Wake Forest run game, 5th in the ACC at 160, nearly 160 a game. Duke's defense has allowed opponents to crank it up to better than 142 yards a game. That's 11th in the Atlantic Coast Conference. Be interesting to see who can kind of win that game within the big game today.
Well, that's the one everybody looks at, right? Can you run it? Can you stop it?
Ashford, quick throw, and Claiborne maybe too hot to handle. Blue Devils got back there in a hurry, though. Duke was peeling in there with Aaron Hall, and I believe Wesley Williams on Robbie Ashford.
Well, you said it right from the beginning. That ball was hot, man. He fired that thing. Tough to handle those out of the backfield. Now they put themselves on a 3rd and long here, and maybe their mindset might be, let's get half of this back and get ourselves in field goal range. We're going to see here what the thought and the mindset of the Wake staff.
Ashford thought about it. He'll keep it. Trying to find a crease, and Freeman chops him down at the 25.
Now that was a quarterback draw right there. All he was doing was pump faking it, and then for timing and taking off. So again, that's a good call in that situation when you're saying, okay, maybe we get a first down, but we'll probably at least get half of that and put ourselves in a field goal opportunity, and that's what they did.
Connor Calvert, 7 for 9 this year beyond 40 yards. This will be 42 and change to try and get the Deeks on the board. Kick is away by Calvert, and it is good. 42-yard field goal from Calvert. Duke 7, Wake 3. First quarter continues in a moment. Well, they always say there's 3 phases to every game: offense, defense, and special teams. Sometimes that last one gets, a little attention. Well, in this game, Steve, it should get a lot of attention because both teams are good at the return side.
No question, they're dynamic and on both sides, both teams, and it changes the field position. When you have returners like that, you can flip the field in a minute. And ultimately, football is a field position game. And so when you're dynamic in special teams, you got a chance to have a good team, and that's a sign of 2 well-coached football programs, because that's what it's all about. Gabe Infante is special teams coordinator for Duke. I know Gabe a long time. Fantastic high school coach, now a great college coach. He's a real sharp dude, and he puts together a great product on the field.
Well, last week, that was a special teams play that set up the go-ahead touchdown to win in Chapel Hill, too, Coach.
No question about it. Right at the right time and had the courage to make the call.
All right, so let's roll it back to Chapel Hill last Saturday night. Todd Polino should never have to buy dinner in front of a Duke alum again, Coach. That's the way I look at it. Look at this. And a block by O'Connor on the wing, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, it was well blocked, well conceived. I would have liked to see Polino lower his shoulder a little bit. But then they come back with the hammer man. The hammer man goes right in there, Castle, for the touchdown. Polino could have dipped his shoulder and really been a hero, man. Then I would have said he's not a kicker. Maybe he's got a little something more going, but he's still just a kicker. He didn't lower his shoulder.
I think he's doing okay, Dana. Don't you, Polino?
I tried to petition with Manny Diaz. Maybe we get him listed as athlete on the roster, but let's not forget, Todd Polino actually had to win his job back, so big gutsy play by him last week.
Here's the give, and right away, Wake Forest, quick adjustment. Ibiraba, a transfer from Georgetown, and also Aiden Hall in there to make the stop.
You know,
that was on Nate Shepard.
You know, I was thinking, Wes, Dana wants to start having dudes now.
Oh, geez.
Does that mean she's going to get a cartoon caricature like me?
No, sir. No. Right. That's an exclusive right there.
All right, Dana's probably happy about that.
There's a word that they're putting those on T-shirts in some places.
Yeah, well, that'd be a hot item, I'm sure.
Second down and 11. It was a loss of 1 on the play by the Deacons. Here's Ashford, or rather, Mensah gets it to Shepard, and he's tackled going up the near side by Karan Prunty. It'll be a first down, though, on the throw from Darian Mensah, who had to find through traffic, Steve, the throwing lane here.
He did a great job of finding the check down and bouncing off contact, and then Dana's dude does the rest. I mean, he catches the ball, and he's up the sideline. I mean, this guy's dynamic. Wow.
Ball at the 37, 1st and 10. Duke went 75 yards in 8 plays for their first score on the opening drive of the ball game. Wake answered with the field goal from Calvert. Deacons show pressure. They hand it to Shepard, and he cannot break away. Good pursuit. That's Jaden Loving, the transfer from Western Kentucky. 6'2", 317. Who's had 17 tackles and 2 behind the line in his last 4 ball games, coming to Durham today.
Well, they brought Nick Anderson down in the box on that last play, and in the pressure, and they just loaded the numbers on Duke.
Here's a guy that Jake Dicker called Captain America this week in our visit with him. Anderson Castle in the running back spot. Mensah wants to throw. He'll shoot it to Hazley. Flag is thrown. Catch is made at the 40-yard line. Pass it's going to pick up about 4 yards, but the marker in the Duke backfield.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 10, defense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the play, and automatic. First down.
Gabe Kursky's a transfer from Colorado State. Oh, yeah. That'll do it.
Hands to the helmet. You can't do that. That's an error in judgment. He's trying to play hard. That's all that was, but that's a penalty.
So both Duke possessions here, Steve. Pass interference on the first drive. Now
I mean, the penalties kill you. You know, they're no talent deals. I mean, they're just focus and concentration.
3 penalties, 45 yards already on Wake Forest. Mensah on the first down. Looking for Barcade. 2 players are there. Anderson trailing Cooper Barcade along with Prunty.
Flag on the field.
And there's a marker thrown. I think this is defensive holding. We'll see. 1 thrown in the receiving area.
Correction. Pass interference. Number 3, defense. 15-yard penalty and automatic. First down.
It's a fourth 15-yard penalty, Steve.
Wow, that's a lot of yards. Yeah.
4 for 60 now here in the opening quarter.
And Duke is obviously trying to get that ball to Cooper Barkey.
Correction. Ball be placed at the spot of the foul.
Well, that makes it even more than 60 yards, I think.
Those are chunks now. Those are just chunks for the offense. You've got to eliminate these penalties.
Off the 32 of Wake Forest. Mensah trying to go up top. Back for Hazley, makes the catch, falling away kind of at the 29. Hall is right there for the Wake tackle. And already Jeremiah Hazley, the redshirt junior from outside of Pittsburgh, has factored into the Duke offensive game plan.
He's a dude, and you can see the way he caught that ball, but that was a heck of a tackle too. Is just really great job by Aiden Hall. I mean, strong, because it's hard to get Jeremiah Hazley on the ground.
Shepard's come back in. Quayshawn Brown coming here to the bottom of the screen with Chase Tyler. They're going to hand to Shepard, and he'll be close to a first down. It'll be third and about 2 for Duke.
I mean,
Blue Devils are developing both the run and the pass here in their second possession.
Yeah, you know, they're running at will, but he just skated Nate right over a defender. He was on the ground. He sort of just like lightly jumped over the top of him.
Castle comes in the ball game. 0 Landon King also into that Duke huddle. Last week we saw the Blue Devils get into some 2 tight end stuff. Here they are again. 2 tight ends to the right, 2 receivers to the left. On third and about 2.5. Play fake to Castle. Here's Mensah looking, and it's Castle wide open. Anderson at the 10. It's first and goal inside the 10 at the 7. Ladarius Webb saved the touchdown for Anderson Castle, 17 yards.
Really good play action fake, and nicely schemed up play right now. They fake it to Castle and take a short pocket movement and come back and throw it to him, because in man coverage, no one's got him. They let him go.
Mensah's perfect so far today. 7 for his first 7 for 54 yards. And Duke with first and goal to go here.
I tell you what, if I'm Duke right now, I'm just sort of keep hammering at him in this run game.
Castle. And he will twist to the 3. Patterson makes the stop.
And you said it, twist. I mean, this guy turns and drives. How about the 1-2 punch here with Castle and Nate Shepard? I mean, look at this run by Castle. It's impressive. You know, it's a real change-up deal for the defense now. These are 2 totally different styles of running.
3 receivers bunched to the bottom. You see Barkate furthest away from Mensah. And here is Barkate, and they try to get it to Higgins on the perimeter. That's a terrific play by Webb. They take Higgins down back at the 4 here.
Little pivot route, but I'll tell you what, Webb is a strong tackler. Puts him right down on the ground. Because that was a nice little route combination, but this Wake Forest team, I mean, they are exceptional tacklers, and that's really impressive to watch.
Third and goal here, Coach.
Yeah, it's third and goal. It's a passing down situation, I would think.
Mensah looks now to his left, trying to find a crease. Will he get to the pylon? He dives. He hit the pylon. Touchdown, Duke. Darian Mensah, his first rushing score of the year in game 12.
Yeah, I mean, he really accelerated. He got that ball out there and was able to get the flag with it, which is a touchdown. I always get nervous when that ball's outstretched, that, you know, you lose control of it, but that's a heck of a play by Mensah.
So now Polino to try and make it 14-3. Wake Forest had allowed opponents only to score 16% of their point total in the first quarter. Duke has put 2 touchdowns on the board. First quarter in the books, and Jake Dickert joins Dana next.
Welcome back to Durham. Start of the second quarter. Coach, we just saw Duke score there. How do you mitigate them from marching down the field?
Well, we knew they'd come out fast. It's their senior night. Like, we got to be better defensively. We're giving up 4 15-yard penalties. I mean, that's 30 yards each drive. Got to get back to being ourselves. Good job by their offense driving down the field. We got to go respond.
Thank you.
Go Deeks.
All right. The penalties have really come home to haunt Wake Forest in these first couple of possessions. No return here. Deeks will scrimmage from their 25. Steve, they got 58 yards in penalties, 41 yards of offense.
Yeah, the penalties are killers. Pass interference calls, roughing the passer call. I mean, these things are just going to take the life right out of your defense. They're not talent issues, Wes. Those are focus. I keep calling them no talent issues. Got to go away.
Robbie Ashford, 2 of his first 4 for 25 yards. He's got Damon Claiborne with him. And Ashford wants to zip it down the field. Long ball and dropped. Micah Mays could not reel it in against Chandler Rivers.
And Micah Mays really had a couple of steps out there. That was a heck of a deep ball by Robbie Ashford. He had to avoid a blitz, but they caught Duke in man coverage on that play and ran by him.
Great pictures from our director, Michael Ireland, and our crew here today. You see that one all the way through from the vantage point of Robbie Ashford. Here's Claiborne, toss into the boundary side. And Damon Claiborne helped out of bounds at 37. That'll be a 12-yard run. Mekhi Jones makes the stop for the Blue Devils against the dangerous Damon Claiborne. 44th game. Comes in with 545 carries, 2,541 rush yards for Damon Claiborne. Here's Ashford on the keep, and he runs right into Mergat.
Interesting little play there. They ran a little, they got in quads, put 4 receivers to their right, and then came back with a read play, and he pulls it. He should have plus numbers on that thing. Only got a few yards, but the scheme was good.
Robbie Ashford digging in on Luke Mergat after the play, Coach.
That's a matchup.
Second down and 7. Throw on the perimeter. This is Barnes up the far sideline, out of bounds in Duke territory.
Nice dynamic play there for Wake. I mean, they got a little offense going here right now.
So 1st and 10 for Wake Forest. So the play to Barnes gets him to midfield, 11 yards. And Claiborne trying to find a crack in the wall, and Duke's defense does for 4 there. Aaron Hall finally gets Damon Claiborne on the ground.
Well, I know, Wes, you really like Damon Claiborne prepping for this game, and you can see how strong a runner he is. I mean, he really is another guy with powerful legs and gets a lot of plus yards after contact.
2nd down 6. Throw down the field again.
Yeah, he did not leave himself much room for the quarterback to drop the ball to him. What was happening on that play, he gave away that red line, that imaginary line between the numbers and the sideline. It got too close to the sideline, and when you get too close to the sideline, it's hard to drop it in there. Well conceived play, but put him in 3rd down and a 3rd and long situation, and this is, you know, not where Wake wants to be. It's not really their forte. They need to stay on schedule.
They're less than 39% against the league. Duke's allowing ACC opponents to hit almost 51% on 3rd down. Ashford loads, throws, caught. And that is Hernandez. First catch of the day for Carlos Hernandez.
He found the soft part of that zone, and Robbie Ashford did a great job of dropping that ball. That was a big first down for the Wake offense.
23 yards. Robbie Ashford to Carlos Hernandez. The playmaker the last couple of weeks for this Deacon team on really a lot of things. Now here goes Hernandez again. Deshaun Stone, the tackle for Duke. Look at Carlos Hernandez, the last two in the first 6.
Now remember, you know, he's a punt returner, and you see those punt return skills out there. When you get him the ball in space, he's dangerous.
Yeah, but 11 for almost 302 games, Steve.
Yeah.
That's like next level stuff.
He's a dynamic guy.
He was at Wazoo a year ago playing for Jake Dickert there. Wake goes to the 2-back set, if you will, in the pistol. Ashford to throw. Back across and over the top of Ini Falai, the tight end. Boy, what a good-looking prospect this kid is. 6'4", 240 from Boston at tight end for Wake Forest.
Yeah, and he's a tall guy, and he was the ball was over his head. This has got to be a better throw. They got to make that play right now, and that's just something that you know, you don't get those back again.
Wesley Williams really bearing down on Mensah. So the Deeks go to the 2 tights. Johnson and Falai to the left. 10th play of the drive for Dickert's team. Ashford down the seam. Racanelli touchdown. Sawyer Racanelli. 22 yards in the score for the Deeks.
Really good job right here, hitting this slot receiver in a little seam route, and just dropped the ball in there beautifully. Well thrown. This is what you see now with Robbie Ashford. You know, he's got some good balls in there, and he's got some ones that he's got to make. It's not real consistent, but he has the arm talent. You just saw it right there. What a nice route.
Racanelli, touchdown catch, holds for the kick, and it's good. New score at Wallace Wade Stadium. 3 minutes and change gone in quarter 2. Robbie Ashford dials Sawyer Racanelli. 14-10 Duke. Coach, what a strong answer by Jake Dickert and the Deeks. Sawyer Racanelli, 22-yard strike from Robbie Ashford, 10 plays, 75 yards, 3:04 the time of the drive. Racanelli only had 4 catches in his last 2.
Well, that was desperately needed, and you know, the momentum is captured back. We got us a ball game here in this second quarter. Let's see how these defenses, if they can start to stop the bleeding here a little bit.
Uh-oh, Higgins may get a return here. Samir off the 7. Trying to find a crease here to the near side. Here goes Higgins, and he got spun around. Could not keep his feet shy of the 30-yard line. Blue Devils will have it back and a 4-point lead next. Well, a week from Sunday, Steve, high noon for the college football playoff selection special on ESPN.
Much anticipated.
Oh boy.
A lot of college football fans out there fired up to see what's going to happen. A lot happening today.
Yep. Ohio State, a winner at Michigan. Miami beat Pitt today 38-7. If you're into comparables, some would say the committee is. Here's Duke off its 29 with the 4-point lead. Mensah's been perfect today. To his right, he'll throw that away. That's his first miss. And a quick reminder to you, following our coverage of State Carolina tonight over in Raleigh, ACC Huddle final score. Crew will wrap up the final day of play in the regular season. You'll get all the storylines, analysis, interviews, and more. Kelsey Rick's cuff stands guard, as it were, with Coach Rick and Bryce Love and the world-famous Tom Luganbill. 2nd down and 10 off the 29 for the Blue Devils. Mensah pressure, got it, deliver it, does, and unable to hang on is Quayshawn Brown. Braylon Johnson had him wrapped up on impact.
He got loose late and had good protection there, but those are a little bit long developing routes, and ends up kind of really feeling it and rushing that throw a little bit. Puts him in a 3rd and long here now. This is, you gotta be careful on these 3rd and longs.
Duke is 40% on the year. 3rd and the full 10 for Mensa. In trouble, sacked. Kursky gets there.
I mean, what they did was they brought a simulated pressure and confused the protection a little bit, ran right around the right tackle, Brian Parker, and sacked him. That's a big sack now. That's a loss of 10, and it's going to give Wake better opportunity for field position. And let's not forget about the fact, Wes, that who's back there as that punt returner right now.
Yep, 3 and out.
He's dangerous now when he has the ball in his hands as a punt returner. I tell you what, I'd be careful. I wouldn't punt the ball to him.
Here's the punt from Reynoldson. Hernandez waits, and here he goes at the 40, 45, and the Blue Devils will get to the 47 to make the play. So Hernandez, averaging 12.3 a return, gets the Dinks near midfield. They trail 4 in Durham. In the second quarter here, about 5 minutes gone. This is Duke's opening drive. Nate Shepard punched down a 5-yard run. Blue Devils on the board. And then on their second possession, Darian Mensa's first rushing score of the year here, Steve. Hit the pylon. Wake had kicked the field goal, so it was 14-3, and Wake had to score here, and boy, Ashford to Racanelli delivered.
Yeah, nice little inside fade route. Really well done.
You see the penalty yards. Wake, they came early and often with yellow flags in this first quarter. Robbie Ashford's done a good job. He's been a factor in the run game for Wake. Mensa hit his first 8 today, and now Ashford once again crossing route, and look at Barnes now, another guy that can fly, and he works his way down toward the 35. I think he stepped out of bounds before he got roughed up at the 30 by Deshaun Stone.
Well, he makes it look easy with that speed. He is like gliding. They're back on the ball in a hurry here.
Sure are. 14-yard play on first down. And look at Ashford. He'll just tuck and fall at the 35. Josiah Green was there.
It's a nice little scheme by Duke where they had a little twist in there and came back on the back door to play. It's a nice play. That puts Wake in second and again. I think Wake is a team that really wants to stay on schedule. So when they get behind the chains, 2nd and 11, that's not really where they excel, right? It puts them more in a passing situation here. Possibly a quarterback draw again. Possibly a quick screen, but not where they want to be.
You see they got Clark and Claiborne together again in the pistol. Here is Damon Claiborne. Hesitates and now will dive inside the 30 to the 28. Kamari Robinson there. It'll be 3rd and 3 after a 7-yard run by Claiborne.
Yeah, I mean, that was a nice job of getting a lot back, put him in a manageable situation. They caught Duke. Duke brought internal pressure with the linebacker, and they got the ball tossed outside really quick. That was a defense designed to stop an inside run, and they hit an outside run. So 1 for the offense. 3rd and medium now. Look for the quarterback with his legs if things break down in the passing game or a possible QB draw.
Dinks are 3 of 4 on 3rd down. Ashford, quick throw. Falai, the tight end, first down. Any Falai, the catch to the 23. Kendall Johnson, redshirt sophomore, on the stop. Another look at Falai.
Yeah, nice little quick passing game, flat route to a Northeast player, another one of the great Northeast players.
Uh-oh, fumble. Claiborne turned it over. Duke fell on it. Looks like David Anderson might have recovered this.
Rolling on the field is a backward pass
And
recovered by
it
the
is.
defense. First down, Duke.
So the turnover by the Deacons in plus territory.
This is a classic mistake that happens on these tosses. backs have a tendency to lift their eyes to see what's in front of them before they're able to secure it.
A backward pass recovered by the defense is under further review.
So it's a fumble recovered by Anderson for the time being. And the referee, Nolan Dumas, will come here to the near side and have a look-see. Steve, the question is, was it a backward pass or not? And the ruling on the field here might be tough to overturn.
I don't know, it's close. It's close.
Here's a good look. He looks like he's behind him.
Yeah, sure does.
Boy, it looked like Burkott had it dead to rights. And then Anderson, the big fella from Hampton.
You just got to see those balls into your hands. He looks, I don't know what he's yelling and screaming about there, but
Damon Claiborne is fired up.
After review, the ruling on the field is upheld. First down, Duke.
So they end up running 5 plays, and now the first turnover of the ball game. And for Wake Forest, their 8th fumble of the year. Duke has been excellent under Manny Diaz in turnovers gained.
Well, these turnovers kill you, and that's a great break and an opportunity for Duke, and they were hustling to be able to recover that, but that really hurts you, you know, in your wake right now. That's one of those things. Okay, now you got to bow up on defense, and you got to stem the tide of momentum here.
Shepard the back. Mensah hands to him. Here comes the rookie. Flag is thrown on the play in the neighborhood of a hold.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a hole on the Y zone play. I think someone got hooked in there.
Afalava, the tackle.
Holding, number 75, offense, 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Bruno Fina.
Guy came from UCLA, who's they really feel is a really good player. He gets outside, 2 outside, and he hooks them. That's what I saw on the tape. Really, you know, you take a wide departure as an offensive lineman when you're running the wide zone play, but the defender kind of fell inside. That's what caused him to hook him.
Good of you not to pin our spotter, Eric Fiddleman, didn't you? Showed me how that looked there a moment ago. Appreciate you doing that. First down and long out of the penalty. Going to try and pick up some yards with Shepard. Boy, Wake is really starting to rally up on defense here. Aiden Hall led the gold helmets. Quick reminder to you, coming up tonight following our coverage here in Durham, we'll take you down the Durham Freeway, hook a left on I-40 and go down to Edwards Mill, hop off the exit there and right into Carter Finley Stadium. State Carolina presented by ServPro tonight. Chris Cotter, Max Brown, Ashley Stroline ready to bring you the pack and the heels.
Well, the Blue Devils right now have a 2nd and 15. That's not ideal, so I would look for a throw here. Oh, they're going to hand it off.
Yep, Shepard slipped down too. Be measured at the 20. It's a loss of 2 on the play.
His feet are so quick. I mean, it's like he lost his footing, but holy moly, is he fast.
Look at Mateen Abiraba here. He got pushed around by Bruno Fina, and Shepard, the grass gave way. So now 3rd and very long. 15 for Manny Diaz's club.
Jonathan Brewer doesn't like have a lot of calls for 3rd and 15 right now. This is like, what are we doing here? Careful on these. You don't want to pick here.
Just going to hand it to Shepard, and look at Nate Shepard. He got knocked down. Kiersky again. And he'll get it back toward the original line, but Duke's going to end up punting. So guess what, Damon Claiborne? Fumble does not come back to haunt for points. And Runnelson now will punt it away.
He's going to put, but don't forget who he's punting to now, Carlos Hernandez. And I would say right now that again, I'll say it again, I wouldn't give him one of those low line drive punts now. This guy's dynamic. Punt that thing away from him. Directional punt it. Get it away.
Reynolds in fourth in the ACC in net. Hernandez stands at the 34. There's the punt. Boy, Reynolds airs it out. Hernandez signals for and makes the fair catch right around the 28-yard line. That'll get us to a timeout. Duke 14, Wake 10. Back in a minute. Coach, we've seen moments from both quarterbacks here in this first half. Mensah hit his first 8 before throwing the ball away, and then Duke's gone 3 and out, 3 and out. They've had negative 10 yards in their last 2 drives after 150 in their first 2 that produced the touchdowns. Wake seemed to kind of find their footing really with both sides of the ball, it feels like, here in quarter 2.
Yeah, I mean, they're certainly having their moment, but
not now.
I was going to say, not now.
Not now, Dana.
Well, a very frustrated Damon Claiborne on that last series, guys, on the sidelines. He's yelling at himself. He's saying, I'm making dumb mistakes. Now, it'll be critical. Ken himself, he's a veteran player. They're going to need him.
Well, Dana, he's over there smashing his helmet on the ground, you know, earlier, and that's never good. You got to control yourself. A lot of ball left to play here.
Veteran guy, Damon Claiborne. Ashford to throw after the loss of 9. Oh my goodness, up the ladder, Sterling Burkhalter hauls it down at the 29-yard line. Bryce Davis there for Duke. This was a laser off the hand of Robbie Ashford, Steve.
It was, and it was climbing, you know what I mean? Nice job of getting some elevation to catch that ball. Put him in a 3rd and manageable here, 3rd and 4, kind of a more friendly 3rd down. Wake needs to be able to convert this to get a little momentum. Duke is going to give him that 5-man up look to try to get singular deals in protection.
Ashford to his right, trying to turn the corner, and he will dive. And we're going to see where they spot this. He got angled out by Vincent Anthony Jr. It's going to be a yard short. Head linesman puts the foot down at the 36.
I thought he had that, but I took. See the replay here. Huh.
Wow.
I'm surprised they didn't take a look at that again, but you got to go for this 4th down here.
Yeah.
Got to go. Yeah, I like the thought process here of Jake Dickert. And
take a timeout. You like that, Steve?
Yeah, they did look like they were having some personnel issues trying to, you know, match up what they wanted to do here.
So 4th and a yard or less here for Wake Forest, who's 11 of 19 on the year, going for it on 4th down. Don't forget, after State Carolina tonight
Prior
over in
to
Raleigh.
Wake Forest calling a timeout, replay stopped the game to review the previous spot.
ACC Huddle final score comes your way. Kelsey Riggs Cuff and the crew, the full breakdown. Already winners today. Miami 38, Pitt 7, Louisville 41, Kentucky nothing. And then Clemson a winner in Columbia over South Carolina 28-14. You heard Nolan Dumas say they're looking at the spot in review here.
Yeah,
and you know, here we go again. How many plays have we seen today where the foot is inbounds, the ball gets reached, whether the ball, you're controlling it, where the ball breaks the plane, Steve, right?
Yeah, I think he has control of the ball. Now the question is, I can't tell in this angle, is where was the ball relation to the 1st down marker on the sideline? I mean, right there, it kind of looks like he's got it.
Looks like he's in bounds.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's in bounds. I think he has it, but, you know, is that the best angle? I don't know. But, right, you know, they stopped it up top, so they saw enough to make them want to really look at that.
Not going to be surprised if they overturn the call on the field.
No, I won't be surprised. That would, you know, make it a 1st down for Wake.
Enjoyed our visit with Jake Dickert this week. Of course, he's 4 seasons in Washington State.
After review, the ruling on the field is upheld.
Well,
4th down.
So there you go. Don't trust the people up here.
No.
Like in this booth.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
The people down the hall maybe, but not us.
What you couldn't see up here was if the ball, where was the ball relative to the sideline? That's what we didn't have an angle for that. But hey, we got a 4th and short call here.
You like this?
I like this. Yeah, I do. Yep. And, you know, I think the question now is the quarterback keeping the ball, or is Claiborne getting the ball here? I think it might be the quarterback.
It's Robbie Ashford, and he won't get it. Robinson finishes the drill that gets started by Vincent Anthony Jr.
Well, that's good defense by Duke, and I don't like the play call. I don't like the bounce to the perimeter. You've got to keep it in the A-gap, and I'm going to tell you from experience, that's what happens with quarterback runs sometimes. They have a tendency not to hold the A-gap and bounce it. You got to hold the A-gap there. He didn't do that. That's a big play for Duke. Give all the credit in the world to Duke. They made the play.
Jake Dickert knows Robbie Ashford completely upset with all of this.
I mean,
and Deshaun Purdy, the backup quarterback, is having to see if he can get Ashford calmed down. Meanwhile, Duke. Here's Mensah looking to throw, does, and that's Barcade holding on for about 3 to the 31. Webb was right there. So we saw Claiborne a couple possessions ago upset. Now Ashford is fired up.
Yeah, I mean, I love passion, and I get it, but you can't be this out of control. Calm down now, okay? He and Claiborne, both guys a little over the top right now. There's a lot of football here. It's a close game. You're a leader.
So 2nd down and 6 it'll be. They're going to run this with Shepard. Boy, Wake is right there on Nate Shepard. It'll be a couple of yards to the 29. It'll be 3rd down and 5, and boy, Ashford's still running hot.
Looks like Anderson on the top of that thing for Wake. I mean, he's like trying to search for the ball. I mean, Wake's playing with passion right now on defense. I mean, there's some intensity, guys, out here on this field right now. They're playing hard.
Nick Anderson, 56th career game today from Centerville High School, Clifton, Virginia.
It's a lot of football.
And did he have an unbelievable start to his freshman year in Winston-Salem? He picked Hendon Hooker 3 times as a rookie, Steve, in a win against Virginia Tech. And now we get a Duke timeout call. That play clock was getting ready to catch Darian Mensah.
Prior to the snap, first, charge from out of the half. Duke,
Smart.
30 seconds.
Smart by the coaches right there. Bang, don't get caught there with a 5-yard penalty.
So 14-10 the score. Robbie Ashford looks like he's calmed down a little bit. Dana, Wake Forest has had as many fireworks on the sidelines they've had on the field here in the first half.
Well, it's a passionate bunch, and I think they get that from their head coach. I mean, we talked to him this week. I spoke with Robbie Ashford. He said, we get so much juice from our head coach. He did say he thinks it might be because he's a young head coach, but he is a player's coach, I've been told.
Well,
not an ageist, I'm just saying.
No. Steve, Jake Dickert gets you to believe pretty quick, even when you're just having a production call with him about what he's doing.
I like him a lot.
I do too.
I think he's, believes in a lot of the same things I know that I believe in. He is a passionate guy, and you can see the way his team plays, and it's fun to watch. And I think that's a big part of why they're having success.
3rd down and 5 out of the Manny Diaz timeout for the Blue Devils. Mensah, swing pass, Shepard. 1st down and out of bounds.
That's Dana's dude, man, catching the ball in the perimeter there. He's a smooth runner. He's as good catching the ball out of the backfield as he is running it.
9 for Shepard on the pass.
Yeah, nice pass. Look at him catch that thing with his hands and just gets that 1st down. He is a weapon, man.
It was the middle of the season. Duke's playing at Syracuse. The day before the game, Manny Diaz said, we're going to play this young guy, Nate Shepard. We're going to let him have the ball a couple times. They have not taken it away from him since.
Yeah, they got to find there. That's
Yep. 2-minute timeout.
This is the 2-minute timeout.
14-10. Duke seeing if they can't add to the total here before halftime. Oh boy. Oh boy. Rick's been talking to AI. Adazio operates with Chat GPT. I don't know about that kind of stuff with you guys. Here's out of the timeout, the 2-minute timeout. Shepard. Not much there at all on first down. Kershke makes another play off the edge.
Charge,
and now
another half. Wake Forest.
Wake will use a timeout here. You see our game summary. Deacons have got 155 yards. Duke 106. You see the penalty yards have really been a story, especially on the first 2 touchdown drives by the Blue Devils. All right, let me ask you this during the timeout. They're going to talk comparative scores, and I know what they're going to talk about. The way Miami beat Pitt as opposed to the way Notre Dame beat Pitt 2 weeks ago. Should that factor into what that committee announces on Tuesday in the college football playoff rankings, Steve?
Yeah, it all factors in. Sure.
Head-to-head?
Head-to-head.
Head-to-head at the beginning of the year. And oh, by the way, similar opponent end of the year.
Put him in. Put him in.
Yeah. So there we go. We'll see. So here is second down. In motion goes Brown. Mensah the snap. They're going to hand the ball to Shepard again. Trying to find a block. He'll pedal down to about the 18-yard line. So, Mark Rick's going to talk about it coming up at the break.
Another half. Wake
Comparative
Forest.
scores.
30
fair
seconds.
or not?
Fair. 100% fair. Everything's fair. It's all got to factor in, and they got to make those decisions. But I hope the guys making that decision understand everything they're looking at.
So, here's the deal. Miami beat Notre Dame start of the year. Head-to-head. They finally are close enough in the latest poll where they might be able to have that conversation this week. And now within 2 weeks, they've played the same team. Pitt has the bigger margin of victory. I know that's what Coach and Lugs and Bryce are going to talk with Kelsey about at the break.
Right.
You think that's a big piece of this?
I do. I mean, I think it's all part of that puzzle as you're putting it together. You know, they're showing a real surge at the end, and they've got comparable scores to take a look at. That's got to factor in here. You know, you got to look at what's going on with the football team. How are they playing right now? How are they improving?
Yeah.
All matters.
Yeah, no question about it.
Yeah.
The head-to-head of the Canes and the Irish. And now it involves Pitt. Third down. That's Hazley, the tight end, in motion. Mensah wants to throw. Under duress. Torrey Brown caught. First and goal at the 1. Quayshawn Brown, 17 yards in traffic, Steve.
He, like a basketball, he shielded him, and he went up strong and caught that ball.
Third
that
and
was
final.
impressive.
Charge another half. Wake Forest. 30 seconds.
So Wake will use their final timeout with 1:43 to go here in this first half, and Duke trying to add something going to the locker room.
I give a lot of credit right there to Darian Mensah because they brought a 5-man pressure, and it was coming off his right side late. He could feel it, but he hung in there and threw that ball. Perfect location and a great catch, using your body to shield the defender. Well done there now.
Blue Devils here already today have had 2 red zone trips, producing 2 touchdowns. You see 81% on the year, which in the ACC is 13th. They had 32 touchdowns in 48 red zone trips to start the year, kicked 7 field goals, had the Blue Devils.
Gotta believe it might be Castle time down here, Wes. What do you think?
Your man's in the game here, Coach.
Yeah, why not? I mean, that's your short yardage specialist. Ball's on the 1. Give it to him. He's going to run behind his pads. I think the whole defense knows it too. Let's see what happens.
They got 3 tight ends. You count Tony Boggs lined up at the right. Castle banging away. Does he get in? He does. Touchdown, Duke and Anderson Castle. So Wake went for it on 4th down, failed to convert, and now Duke has responded in 7 plays.
Look at his leg drive on the replay, man. Those legs are like pistons. Boom, 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 in the end zone. That's a guy that's saying, I'm not going to be denied. We're going in before the half.
1 yard run for Castle, 7 plays, 34 yards, 224. Polino's point makes it 21-10. And go back to the throw on 3rd down from Mensah to Quayshawn Brown.
Yeah, nice big time throw, big time catch. Play they needed to get him inside the 5s. Get in the end zone. Watch my guy. Look at him. Look at him. Just not going to be stopped here, man. There's a lot of meat in this game on the bone left here. A lot of meat on the bone. A lot of turkey. A lot of turkey.
Throws in a handful of push-ups to boot. Anderson Castle in the end zone for the 10th time this year. And the Blue Devils by 11. But if you're Manny Diaz now, got to be careful where you kick this.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question. I think let's keep it away from guys that can go the distance.
Yeah, on the near side is Barnes.
Yeah, Chris Barnes is lethal, man.
Sure
no
is.
reason to be kicking the ball to Chris Barnes.
Remember, he opened the NC State game in Winston-Salem with a kickoff return for a score. Went 98 yards. That's through the end zone. So Deacons from their 25 with 98 seconds left. Don't forget, starting on Tuesday night, the 3rd annual ACC-SEC Men's Basketball Challenge. You can catch some of the games on ACC Network. Tuesday night, Oklahoma's in Winston-Salem. Porter Moser and the Sooners come to the Joel at 7 o'clock. And then Luke Laux in Florida State welcome Mike White's Georgia Bulldogs to the Tucker Center. Then Wednesday night, LSU at Boston College, and Mississippi State comes to Georgia Tech. That's all on ACC Network and also on the ESPN app. Coverage of the challenge on the family of networks starts Tuesday night. First down throw, Ashford. What a catch that is by Hernandez. What a throw, what a catch, Steve, on first down.
I mean, he drops that ball. That was drop 8, I believe. And he found that soft spot in that zone, dropped it over the defender, Chandler Rivers. What a throw, man. I mean, he has a nice touch on the deep balls, Robbie Ashford.
25
this is
yards.
impressive.
Ball at midfield. Great start on first down for the Deacons. Ashford goes empty here. Under duress to his left. Out of timeouts. He'll dive forward, get almost 4 on first down. Murgat the stop. Duke's got 2 timeouts left. Wake is out of them with 1:20 and a moving clock.
That time they had showed 4 on defense, rushed 3 and had a spy on Robbie Ashford.
Ty Clark, the running back, he'll get the throw, and is it caught? No, incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 6. Rivers was out there for Duke.
One thing I noticed, Wes, when Robbie comes off a hard run, sometimes that next play, if it's a throw, it's not quite as accurate, which is kind of normal for a quarterback that runs with the power and authority he does.
Tight end, 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Now Johnson will flip to the boundary side. Ashford shoots it to his big tight end, and he'll get knocked out of bounds by Francois. And he's going to be 2 yards, maybe 2 and change short of the first down. So plus territory and a 4th down play here for Wake.
Yeah, that's 4th and a good 3.5 yards. That's not a... There's enough time on this clock. If I'm Wake Forest here, you might want to consider punting this football right now. They're going for it. Give them credit. We're going to keep it up. Be aggressive. Just don't want to give Duke a short field with a minute left. That's plenty of time.
Blue Devils rush 3. Ashford and Racanelli to catch. Down the far sideline. Weaves out of bounds to stop the clock at the 30-yard line of Duke. It's a 13-yard completion.
Another big catch by Racanelli.
Yep.
You know, that was a big conversion because there was a lot of time left on the clock, and now there still is for Wake.
Wake Forest trying to add points, knowing they get the ball to start the second half. Ashford flush to his right. He's going to sail this out of bounds. Smartly done by Robbie Ashford with Jaden Francois, the linebacker, coming free.
What a great call, Wes, by Jonathan Packey, the defensive coordinator. They really baited the protection. That's a simulated pressure again. where they drop somebody out from the D-line, bring somebody from the secondary level, from the linebacker level, but it confused the offensive line.
Here's Ashford. Flag's thrown. He was looking to go deep. Now going to throw back here to the near side, and Hernandez and Robinson both trying to make a play on the ball. I don't know if Wake got an early start or was Duke offside.
No, I think Duke's offsides. I think that was a free play.
Snap, 5-yard penalty. Replay, second down.
I would have liked to have seen him put a little bit more air on this ball right now because it's a free play.
Yeah.
You know, let it be a jump ball, free play, nothing to lose.
Boy, Hernandez broke that up as much as trying to make a play on it.
Plenty of time here, 47 seconds. They're in good shape. Make good decisions here at the quarterback position now.
Ashford, flush from the pocket. Inside the 20. And it'll be enough for the first down. 41 seconds to go. Murgat, the linebacker, got there for Duke. Boy, look at Wake. Really good and efficient on the clock here, Steve.
Yeah, they had to get set quick. They knew exactly what they were doing.
Ashford, end zone, touchdown. Brinson on the back line. Wow.
What a throw. What a throw. What a nice catch, too. But that throw was, wow, it was on the money here. Good protection. He steps up and he rips it. Look at that.
What a catch.
Oh, yeah. Well executed. What a big score before halftime. Good clock management.
Robbie Ashford's 12 of 19 for 172, and now his second touchdown pass.
Give him a lot of credit. And Wes, I believe they get the ball to open up the second half so they can get a twofer. You know, that was big. Really, really big there.
8 plays, 75 yards, 69 seconds on the Wake touchdown drive. And Robbie Ashford throws it to Karate Brinson, redshirt senior from St. Louis, who made a terrific catch.
It's a couple of really nice throws by Robbie Ashford there. I mean, Duke went down and had a nice drive themselves and scored. And Wake just went back down the field. I mean, a lot of poise. There's a lot of fight in both these teams. I'm impressed, and it's fun to watch, man. Hope nobody goes anywhere. We're going to have a heck of a second half here.
So Caleb Carlson to kick it away. Samir Hagans is deep. And fair catch is called for and taken by Hagans. Well, Robbie Ashford's kind of been to both ends of the spectrum here in the second quarter. Remember the fourth down stop Duke made? He was running full tilt when he got back to the bench area. But Steve, to your point, regained enough poise, knew he had a chance to lead his team. Yep. Beautiful touchdown pass to Brinson.
He's a competitor. He's got a lot of fight in him. You can see that. A lot of passion, a lot of heart. That's kind of, you know, that's kind of Doodley, man. That's a Doodley drive.
Deacons got 5 plays in this first half of 20 or more yards. And the last one right on the 20 number for the score.
Don't count Duke out here with 29 seconds either. I mean, with this quarterback.
2 timeouts, get it to Shepard in space. Nate Shepard's got 10, and Nate Shepard's got 14, and he goes out of bounds with 21 seconds left.
How about that speed, huh? He can really roll. Get him the ball in space.
Afalava and Abiraba make the tackle for Wake Forest on the cat-quick Nate Shepard. I want to say quick more than fast, Steve. The quickness aspect when he gets in traffic is really impressive. The speed aspect's there too.
Yeah, he's a smooth, fluid guy. But he's made a lot of plays catching the ball in the backfield today.
Still the 2 timeouts remaining. Diaz. Quick throw. That's Hazley the catch. He'll get toward midfield. I think that was Casano that knocked him out.
He's such a sure-handed receiver. I mean, that's why I said 29 seconds, 16 left now. Don't count them out for points now. How many more yards they have to get here, field goal range, you know, maybe another 20, maybe 15, take a shot with it. 16 seconds, you probably got 3 plays.
And now we got
ruling on the field if the runner was short of the line to gain is under further review.
Oh, okay. So
I don't even want to say what I think, because we were wrong last time, you know, Wes. I kind of thought maybe he got there, but I mean, I don't know.
So Duke, by the way, the Blue Devils, Steve and Dana, are playing for try and win the state title today in the ACC. The 4 North Carolina schools. Now this is I say fictitious award, but people around here take it pretty serious. Duke's trying to win the state title, games against State, Carolina, and Wake Forest, for the 2nd consecutive year, and Steve, in doing so, would win the state title in back-to-back seasons for the first time since 1961-62 if they're able to beat Wake Forest. It was about this time of year, 25, 30 years ago, they used to play something called the Big Four tournament, basketball. It was not conference games. Duke, Carolina State, Wake, they'd alternate on Friday and Saturday nights. It was usually the weekend after Thanksgiving, to be honest with you. But they still have the state title in football. You know, like you have the Lambert Trophy when you coached at BC, right? Northeast football.
Right.
After review, the runner was out of bounds at the 48.5-yard line. It'll be 2nd down. The chains need to be reset from the 39 to the 49-yard line.
All right. So they get the chains set up, out of bounds for 3rd and short. He said the 48. So, and now Manny Diaz may have to condense some of this time out. But there's a look. Duke at in-state ACC teams the last couple seasons 5-0. They have not won the back-to-back state titles in consecutive years since the early 60s. They're going for that tonight.
Early 60s, back when I was just a little whippersnapper. After all that, I guess they got a little closer to a first down, but I don't know a lot about a little.
Well, remember now, Nolan Dumas, they got to get the game's got to get, the maintenance on the game has to take shape. And now here's Mensah. 2nd and 1. Clock won't start till the ball is snapped. Wake brings 4. Mensah in trouble. Can't take a sack. He'll flip it down the field incomplete. Cassano was there defensively, but it was Langston Hardy who was pressuring Mensah.
Yeah, I honestly, I don't think Mensah managed that very well now, you know.
Burned a lot of time.
A lot of time. The ball's got to get out. You got to have a clock. You cannot hang in there like that. And I think you want some quicker routes happening a little faster.
Yep.
Give him a chance. Don't leave him hanging in that pocket.
They still got 2 timeouts. It is 3rd and inches.
Well, now they're fighting the clock in amount of plays. They might be able to get 2 plays here. And, you know, 2 short plays to maybe give him a crack at a field goal. But the ball's got to come out here.
Polino's longest is 53 yards a year ago against UConn. Here's Mensah in the pocket again and overthrows Barcade. 3 early catches for Cooper Barcade today, Steve, and that's been it so far.
Yeah, I thought they were off to targeting him pretty well, but it's gone a little quiet for him.
Yep.
And they need to get him back involved in the game. He's too good a football player.
Yep.
Too sure-handed a receiver.
Held to just 2 catches last Saturday in Chapel Hill. Comes into the ball game. He's got 55 on the year. He's 3rd in the ACC in yardage entering tonight, and 1st in touchdowns with a half dozen.
Now they look like they're lining up for the Hail Mary here. Let's see. We're going to get a chance to see the arm strength.
We've seen Duke do this, Steve, at Clemson. Here's Mensah up in the pocket, down the field, and this is Brown at the 25 and tackled there. Brought down by Miles Turpin, and that'll send the teams to the locker room. So Wake gets the final score on the throw to Brinson from Robbie Ashford. And we got ourselves a 4-point game. Duke 21, Wake 17. Off to our ACC Network studios, here's Kelsey. You're watching the Atlantic Coast Conference on ESPN. Game 2 of our ACC Network triple header tonight. We get ready to start the second half at Wallace Wade Stadium in Brooksfield. Duke 21 and Wake Forest 17. Welcome back upstairs. Steve Adazio, West Durham, Dana Boyle in just a moment. These two have had the propensity the last few years to play tight fits. Looks like they might be up to their old hijinks again here tonight, Steve, because Duke got off to a really strong start, touchdowns in their first 2 possessions. Wake Forest then got some footing on offense and defense, able to get to the game to a 4-point decision here at halftime. If we go back and look at this first half, Wake was their own worst enemy early, Steve. Lots of penalty yardage for Jake Dickert's team.
They got that under control.
Yeah.
They had a few emotional swings with their best players. They got that under control, and they managed to get themselves down the field for a great drive before the half.
Yeah,
both these teams are fighting, Wes. They're battling each other. It's great college football to be watched.
Manny Diaz 10-1 as Duke's head coach when leading at the break. And you see the details. Dana?
Well, I spoke with a very honest Jake Dickert going into the locker room. He said, that's about as sloppy as we played in 2 quarters. But he said, we're only down by 4. We need to reset to the start of this third quarter. And he said, offensively, I'm really proud of the poise quarterback Robbie Ashford showed. He said, defensively, we got to wipe that look of shock off our faces and just continue to lean into the fundamentals. They're not used to giving up this many points, Wes.
Look out. The return was not Barnes. It was Jamar Searcy, who came off the goal line. And Steve, we talked about the penalties early, and the Deacons were their own worst enemy. Pass interference, hand to the helmet. You see the touchdown for Shepard. Mensah hit Hazley here, roughing the passer call. Wake couldn't find themselves on really either side. Mensah hit the pylon. Ashford missed on a 4th down try. He lost his poise, but came back and hit Karate Benson with the TD going to the locker room. And now, look who gets the ball to start half 2, and it's Robbie Ashford again throwing the ball. Flag down. Catch is made. Carlos Hernandez out to the 36. We'll see if it stands. Stone and Rivers on the tackle for Duke.
Holding, number 70, offense, half the distance to the goal. Replay first down.
And that is Kalani, the center.
That's just really an untimely penalty. It's an absolute hold. He tugged him, and you know it wipes. Look at the field position switch on that play right there. It cost him like 30 yards. That's crazy. Penalties, man. They can't go backwards now. They got that under control. They can't keep creeping in.
So the Deacons, who start the half from their 17, then take a penalty. 5 for 68 now in the ballgame. Ashford under duress, and Falai, the tight end, took a big lick from Francois back at the 4-yard line.
Duke was all over that, you know, all over that screen. They were playing man, and so when you're playing man, it's easy to hunt out the eligible receivers, and the screens aren't as easy to run. So good defense by Duke, bad field position for Wake. Second in a long way.
A minute gone in this third quarter. Damon Claiborne, look at this run. Wow, flipped out right around the 18-yard line as he got back toward the original line of scrimmage. Stone finally took him off his pins.
He's an accelerator. A great cut right there. Got vertical, runs through contact, got him back up to the original line of scrimmage, making it 3rd and 10. This is, you know, they're going to have to throw. To me, they're throwing for this right now, trying to get it. They're not lined up right. They're not lined up right. They're in quads. They don't want to be in quads.
Ashford trying to get Falai reset to the far side. Duke also trying to match. Here's Robbie flush to his right, and he'll cut it loose, incomplete. Boy, he was run down by Kevin O'Connor. He's the guy that was the wing on the Polino fake field goal last Saturday night over in Chapel Hill, and that time He came free and was flying at Robbie Ashford.
Yeah, I mean, they had a breakdown up front. They cut him loose, and he shot himself right through there and made a big play. And, this is, not the way you would script it for Wake to start the second half by giving Duke tremendous field position here on this punt.
Only the 31st time this year Wake's gone 3 and out. Brown and Barcade are deep. And Barcade will take the fair catch at the 48-yard line. Quick reminder to you, the ACC SEC Women's Basketball Challenge starts next week as well. Wednesday night, pair of ball games for you. Auburn is in Central New York. Bring a snow shovel. 5 o'clock start against the Orange, and then Arkansas and SMU in Dallas at 7 on Thursday night. ACC SEC Women's Challenge begins on Wednesday here on ACC Network and the ESPN app.
How big a penalty? How big was that penalty? It just knocked Wake right out of that first drive after they opened up with a great passing play for a first down.
Darian Mensah the ball at the 48-yard line of the Blue Devils. Shepard, nope, Mensah kept it on the boot back here to the near side, and he will throw it away. Hagans was the closest guy there. Langston Hardy, number 11 for Wake Forest, peeled in off the defensive end spot. You see Hardy now. This is a 6'4", 250-pound transfer, redshirt junior from UConn. His last 4 games, 4 tackles for loss, 1.5 sacks. Steve, he's 4th in the ACC in conference play in TFL. This is a really good football player.
You talk to the coaches and they say he's a football guy. He has football savvy along with his talent.
Duke, who's only hit 73 yards of offense their last 4 offensive possessions. 2nd and 10. And Shepard, no go here. Right into the Aiden Hall, Langston Hardy. Boy, look at him. 6'4", 250, went to Sandalwood in Jacksonville. Very proud program on the First Coast.
They've got to control the backside end. They've got to control Hardy on that stretch play they just ran. The naked by the quarterback or a read by the quarterback wouldn't allow him to close like that on the backside. That's got to get fixed.
Duke 4 of 7 on 3rd down. They put Castle to the top of the screen, out wide. Now he'll orbit back down with Mensah. Wake brings the heat. Mensah in the pocket and sacked. Nick Anderson gets to Darian Mensah. 2nd sack of the night for Wake Forest.
They brought Castle back in to identify what the coverage was. They identified its man coverage, but I don't know why they had such a route structure to take so long when they knew the blitz was coming.
There's Langston Hardy. He and Anderson. Down with the Bull City, by the way.
Neither team is happy with their opening drive.
Yeah, pair of 3 and outs. Both defensive coordinators might like it, though, Coach.
Yeah, good defense. You're right.
Reynoldson, the punt, flips that over, and it's going to hit Hernandez backing out of there. So inside the 10, it goes for Cade Reynoldson. That'll bring us to a timeout. 4-point lead for the Blue Devils. 52-yard punt by the Aussie. Back to Durham in a moment.
Championship game. Touchdown!
Well, ACC championship game next Saturday night. Uptown Charlotte, Bank of America Stadium, of course, the host. And if you're just dialing in and you want to update on the scenarios, if Virginia and SMU win, that's who will be playing. The rest of it has to be determined. That's Claiborne for a yard to the 10 to start the drive. Here's a look at the top 6. Miami, a winner today at Pitt, convincingly, to finish at 6-2. That's where the Panthers also finished. So does Georgia Tech. Blue Devils can get to 6-2. Now you see why the chaos is incumbent upon Virginia and SMU not winning their games tonight. Cavaliers, Steve, trying to beat the Hokies for just the 2nd time in 21 years.
Which is an amazing record there.
Here's Ashford, and incomplete on the crossing route, looking for Racanelli, who caught his first touchdown pass of the year. I was talking to the legendary voice of the Deacons, Stan Cotton, at half. Steve, how about this note for Jake Dickert and Robbie Zell, the offensive coordinator tonight for Wade? Brinson and Racanelli get their first touchdown catches of the year tonight in the first half.
Wow.
Talk about the way they've spread the football out this year.
That's amazing.
From a production standpoint. And we mentioned it with Mensah, his first rushing score of the year coming in the 12th game time.
Well, it's 3rd and 9. Someone needs to make a play to help Wade keep this drive going.
Low snap fielded by Ashford. To his left. Flag is thrown behind the play. Here's Robbie Ashford up the field. Will not get there. Murcott, the linebacker, didn't give up. And I think we got a hold on Wake Forest. And Siani, I think, was the guilty party. He's looking at the video board to say, now wait a second, I can look right up here, Mr. Dumas, and see that I did not hold.
Number 71, offense. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
So there you go. That's exactly what Big Melvin was saying here.
Well, what happens right here is, you know, he got a little behind on his set, but all he's doing is driving him at the end.
Yeah.
But they call that on the offensive lineman a lot when that happens. I don't like that call. I don't think that's the right call. I think he's just driving him into the ground, which is totally legal.
So here is the punt from Cal Joseph, another Aussie. Brown and Barkate. Double safety again at return. That punt is a wobbly kick that's closer to the medical tent than the field of play. That's going to give Duke plus field territory off the Cal Joseph punt. So for the record, it was Siani and Adazio. Neither thought that was a penalty back after that. Well, Darian Mensah arrived here from Tulane, and of course a year ago for John Summerall in the Wave, you see the 22 touchdowns and 2,700 yards. Yeah, we rank portal guys. He was the number 3 quarterback. And this season, through week 13, Steve, he led the ACC in passing yardage at 31.82, led him in touchdowns with 26, and he was 4th in completion percentage and 2nd in efficiency. I'd say he is on the list. I don't know if he'll be the first-team All-ACC quarterback. I think that's a Haynes King, Darian Mensah, type discussion for the voters between now and tomorrow night at 5 o'clock when the ballots are due.
Yeah, I mean, I think you got the right 2 guys there, and he certainly has had a elite year here for Duke and just made an incredible impact.
Blue Devils in plus field territory after only a 25-yard punt by Joseph. So here's Mensah and a chance to take advantage. He'll slip it to Shepard, and he got 5 almost to the 30. Dana?
Well, speaking about Darian Mensah, what I think is equally as important as his play on the field is the fact that he arrived in this Duke locker room as the star free agent, so to speak, with a really lucrative NIL deal, and he is a seamless fit into this culture. His number 1 responsibility and priority when I spoke with him earlier in the season was to get to know his teammates, and he is beloved by them.
And he throws a touchdown on cue to Higgins. Look at that. 30 yards to Samir Higgins. And now he's the all-time leader in single-season touchdown passes at Duke with 27.
Just an absolute beautiful throw here. He just throws this right on a line. Perfect pass. Really fantastic. Really had a nice arc and trajectory on the ball. Wow. Right on cue is right, Wes. In his bid to be in the Duke record book.
Here's Polino now for the point. And he'll push it through. It's an 11-point Blue Devil lead. Darian Mensah's run for 1 and now thrown for 1. Boy, what a good-looking throw this is. And a great catch on the back end by Philadelphia's Samir Higgins.
He had a nice clean pocket. He fouled through, had good touch on the ball, and you're right. Good route by Higgins in terms of getting behind the defender and making a nice catch. Beautifully done. Great call. Nicely done by Jonathan Brewer, the offensive coordinator.
So 2 plays, 35 yards in 31 seconds. Mensa and Duke take advantage of the short field, and now Wake Forest finds itself down 11 points.
Well, you know, again, penalty has set them back, and they need. So far this game, Wake Forest has responded when they get in these situations. They're going to need now in the second half to make another response here with this drive. It would start with a great return.
Searcy is deep. Barnes is off the field here. And the kick will not be returned, and the Deacons will scrimmage out from their 25-yard line. Don't forget, tonight, when we're done here at Wallace Wade, we'll ship you right over to Raleigh. ACC Primetime presented by KodsterPro. State Carolina tonight from Carter Finley Stadium. Full house set to watch the Heels in the pack. And you cap the night with ACC Huddle final score. Kelsey Riggs Cup with Bryce Love, Coach Rick, and Tom Luganbill. Breakdown of all the action. BC at Syracuse, the only other game. Florida State, Florida also underway at this hour. In games involving the ACC. Here's the give on first down. Claiborne will push it ahead. Francois got him after a yard.
Francois was in there fast now.
Yep.
He came on a little stunt, and man, that was quick.
And Jaden Francois transferred in from Utah State. He's one of those guys originally recruited by Manny Diaz when he was in Miami. Ashford bailed out with a quick throw to Claiborne there for a yard. Boy, Duke is really turning up the pressure here, Steve, around Robbie Ashford.
They sure are. I mean, they're in another 3rd and long. This is it's not been good for Wake in terms of staying up with the chains. Yep. They're going to the sideline for a call from the sideline on this critical 3rd down.
3rd and almost 9. Ashford. That's Racanelli, and another first down. Sawyer Racanelli has come up big. Caleb Weaver, the tackle at the 46.
I tell you, Wes, watching this now, they've got to get the snap up. You know, every time Robbie has to reach down and look down at that ground, his eyes are off the coverage, and I think it's a problem in the throw game. These snaps have got to be better.
You see 3 catches for Racanelli tonight. Ashford backpedals, puts it up, and almost picked. He was trying to go Racanelli's way again, and Kamari Robinson made a diving try of it in the Duke bench.
Yeah, that was really a ill-advised throw right there. You know, not what you want him doing. Don't start forcing the ball now.
Vincent Anthony Jr. was pressuring Robbie Ashford off the edge. To Dana's point, you can tell some of these guys playing their final games here at Wallace Wade Stadium tonight have got a little bit extra in the tank. Ashford on the perimeter, and that ball got dropped, but it's incomplete. And again, Hernandez, the intended receiver for Robbie Ashford.
I just don't like those calls, and that ball's too low. It's not, you can't handle it. I feel like they're getting away from Claiborne a little bit right now, you know, and it's too early to panic on this deal now. Just get drives. Now you're another 3rd and 10. I mean, they're continually in 3rd and long, 3rd and long. The odds are not with you when you're in 3rd and long.
Empty for Ashford, 4 on the rush for Duke. Ashford zips it off Racanelli and intercepted on the back end. That ball is picked off Deshaun Stone.
That was a poor throw. And that's what starts to happen sometime when you get in these 3rd and long situations. You're forcing passes, you know, and that one got away from him, and he's got plenty of time here. He just a little too hot, tipped off the hands and ricocheted to Stone.
Second turnover of the night by Wake Forest. And this one with 8:06 to go in the 3rd on the interception by Stone. Second pick of the year for Stone. And now off the 34 for Mensa. Darian Castle a catch at the 35 and knocked back. Quincy Bryant. First time I believe we've called Quincy Bryant's name tonight. Parkview High School, Lilburn, Georgia. Playing in his 50th game as a Deacon tonight.
Well, I'll tell you, on that last play, Justin Pickett got walked right back into Mensa's lap. And that's, you know, he's thrown off his back foot and everything else. That wasn't great.
Both of these defensive fronts, Steve, have started to tune it up a little bit.
They're big physical guys in there, you know.
Yeah.
But they got to maintain some pocket presence here.
2nd and 9. Mensa drops again to his right, and the catch is made, stepping out of bounds. That's a first down, I believe, for Quayshawn Brown. Dana told us last Saturday in Chapel Hill that Quayshawn Brown, who's forever known around Duke football as Queso, doesn't even like it.
He's missing out. Let me tell you.
Steve?
Nah, I'm with him. I mean, I don't really care less about it either.
That's criminal.
Give me a nice marinara sauce is all I need.
Here we go. Barcade, how about him? First down. No?
I like it. I like Barcade. Get him back in the game. Get him involved. That guy needs to touch the ball more. More touches for Barcade.
Barcade comes up with another catch, his 5th of the night. Boy, what a find he has been. Transfer from Harvard out of Newport Beach, California. 3 100-yard games this year.
Now, you know, it puts him in a nice. Look at his 2nd and manageable here. You can have a nice play action if you want. You can do anything you want to do here.
5 catches, 27 yards for Barcade. Here's Mensa. Wants to wear it deep, and Higgins is there. A lot of contact, and there's 2 flags. Dana Adazio's throwing flags up here. He saw that.
Yeah, this too much contact. Too much contact here. I tell you, the other problem is
pass interference, number 20, defense, 15-yard penalty, and automatic first down.
Yeah, Webb just grabbed him.
Yeah.
You know, but the pass rush right now, if you're watching up front, they are knocking them back. I mean, they got to stop this charge. I mean, Wake is getting some pass rush, and it's forcing the ball out a little early.
Feels like both schools are affecting the game with their pass rush in their front.
They are. Both defensive fronts are playing really, really hard.
6th penalty tonight on Wake Forest. Castle. And on first down, he'll dig out to about the 28 of Wake Forest.
I mean, you know, Castle comes in and he just does a little hard job for about 7 yards. You know, you got Nate Shepard. I mean, he's catching it out of backfield. He's electric. Then here comes Castle time. The hammer comes in. Bam. 7 yards. Again, putting him in a nice 2nd down here. A little play action shot. I thought I'd get it last time. Let's see if we get it this time. It's about time for that.
Interesting, they bring Chase Tyler into the ball game. He's at the top of your screen as one of the 2 receivers. 2 tight ends, Hazley and King at the bottom, and they just hand it right to Anderson Castle. And he's got a first down and then a scrum to about the 21.
Castle, the hammer man. I know it's not Dana's dude, but I gotta believe, Dana, you like Castle too. I mean, it's hard not to like Castle.
I do. I don't play favorites.
All right, that's good. I'm glad to hear that.
At the 21. Duke on the march again. Castle. First down inside the 15. Blue Devils are 3 for 3 in the red zone with touchdowns. Aiden Hall makes the stop here on Anderson Castle.
Castle saying, feed me, man, feed me. I feel it right now. Although it might be time to change the pace up and see a little Dana dude Nate Shepard come in here, because, you know, that speed will change a little bit now.
Well, Wake's going to see a change because Barcade and Brown have come back in.
Yeah, I got to have Barcade in. Come on. You can throw a little fade to Barcade in the corner of the end zone.
And he's going to line up against Prunty. Karan Prunty's a 6'3" corner. Started at Kansas, then went to A&T, and now Wake Forest. Here's Mensah looking to throw. And Darian will throw offline Barcade, and look out, a flag from underneath the goalpost is thrown.
Yeah,
Braylon Johnson was there in coverage.
Johnson was face guarding him the whole way. That's a legitimate penalty. And
Nolan Dumas going to sort it out. We'll get another look here. Oh, Barcade and Johnson
Pass
collided.
interference, number 23, defense. Ball be placed at the 2-yard line, an automatic first down.
So they take Barcade and Brown out, bring the 2 tight ends into the ball game. Taylor and King for Duke for short yardage on 1st and goal.
what are you thinking here, Wes? Is it Castle time again? What's your call?
I would say that if I were in your shoes, I would be probably handing to Anderson Castle.
All right, well, let's see if we
He's already got 1 tonight.
Yeah.
Had 3 last Saturday in Chapel Hill.
Yeah. Well, they've got 2 tight ends in again, so they're in 12 personnel.
Trying to get to Hazley. Mensah throws, end zone, and batted in the air and almost intercepted. That was Prunty, who was going stride for stride with Samir Hagans. Now, Steve, Mensah doesn't make many bad throws. He threw this into harm's way.
Well, yeah, he's thrown across his body. You can't do that. He's late with the ball. Just burn it. Throw it out. Burn it. Don't turn the ball over down here. Now, you can rest assured they're going to hand this one off now.
Tony Boggs has come in. He's going to be deployed as one of the tight ends to the left. They got 3 tight ends. Castle. They try and push the stack. Castle falls into the end zone. And is it a touchdown? Yes. Touchdown for Duke. Second of the night for Anderson Castle.
Wow, there's not much there. But Castle is just BYOB, bring your own blocker. Oh my goodness gracious. Willing his way into the end zone. This tandem of Castle and Shepard, it's got to be one of the best in the league, man.
8-play drive for the touchdown. Polino's point is good. New score here at Wallace Wade. Blue Devils 35, Deacons 17. More ACC football in a moment. Point lead. Never too early for the Christmas hats. Little holiday cheer. Duke with a 35-17 lead. There'll be no return by Searcy. And the Deacons going to go from there 25. Wake's only allowed 16 points in the second half of their last 3 games. They've already allowed 14 here in the second half, Dana.
Well, a big part of that is our guy Anderson Castle. I promise I don't play favorites up there, but Anderson Castle's journey has been certainly interesting. The young man, I guess you can't call him young anymore. He's in his 6th year of college football, but he made a decision to leave Boone, a native of Boone, North Carolina, and come to Duke. He's been a seamless fit into the locker room. And he said, I didn't have any offers out of high school other than to play at Appalachian State for Sean Clark. He said, I owe that man my entire college football career.
Yeah, the late Sean Clark, what a heck of a football guy, what a heck of a guy, period. There's a throw. Racanelli has been a weapon tonight for Wake Forest. A streaking catch of the ball to the 42. That's 17 in the first down. Rivers there for Duke.
Racanelli, I like it, man. He's a factor in this game.
Transfer from Montana, started his college career at Washington. He's from Brush Prairie, Washington. And Claiborne trying to get the corner turned, almost got pulled down as he got to the edge. I think that was Bryce Davis. And yesterday, Jonathan Patke started talking about Bryce Davis in the Duke defensive coordinator, talking about Big 14 as the future. Kind of, this is where this is going. Remember now, Davis is the highest rated football recruit Duke has ever signed. State Player of the Year in North Carolina a season ago at Greensboro Grimsley. Patke said easily the most talented guy, Steve, on that unit.
They like him as a pass rusher. He's
Boy,
got some twitch.
Here goes Ashford, fakes the throw, now cuts it loose. And first down grab, and falling down, Cameron Johnson. Vanderbilt transfer with the catch. His 8th of the year, his 6th in the last 6 games for Coach Dickert. Ball quickly, Waits moved it to the Duke 42. Deacons got a little steam in their stride here.
Yeah, they do.
Ashford, quick throw on the perimeter. Hernandez to work. Pulled down, that is Pelachata, Juice, as his teammates call him. And the tackle made at the Blue Devil 34, gain of 8.
This is a critical drive too, you know, because the game's getting away from Wake a little bit here, and they've got to get a score. You know, Duke has played so well on defense, but right now they're giving up chunks.
So Claiborne with Robbie Ashford on 2nd and short. Play fake, Ashford now being chased. That's Anderson. Ashford returned the corner out of bounds at the 31, and that will give Wake Forest the first down.
That's a mismatch right there.
Oh yeah, David Anderson at 290 pounds chasing fleet-footed Robbie Ashford. I'd say so.
Yeah, that's not what you want to have happen. He's got to stay home and guard against that naked boot right there.
Ashford's thrown for 226 tonight. Here's a toss. Claiborne on the boundary. Look at Damon Claiborne fight for yardage. That's a pickup of almost 8.
That was a shoelace away from being a touchdown right there. He almost pulled right out of that. This is their kind of deal now. 2nd and manageable, 2nd and 3.5, 3. That's where they want to be.
Claiborne's just moved into the top 4 all-time on Wake's rushing card. Here's Claiborne trying to find higher ground, and he'll weave inside the 15. Took a big lick from Pelachata.
He's a violent runner.
He's really good.
Claiborne. I mean, he's violent.
Yep.
When he hits those defensive backs, they're feeling that.
Damon Claiborne's another guy. Dane and Steve, he could have gone to other places last year when the coaching change occurred, Steve. They get it on the perimeter, and Hernandez taken out of bounds right around the 11-yard line. It'll be a play of 3.
It's dangerous. Hernandez out there in space, very dangerous.
And Jake Dickert went even as far to say about Claiborne, he was our most important recruit. Right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. You know what, I'm surprised I don't see Hernandez on some sort of reverse or something. You know what I mean?
Sure.
He's such a good runner. Yeah. So smooth.
Fake it to Clark. Here's Ashford on the keep. At the 5, Robbie Ashford, touchdown for Wake Forest. So they changed the tempo up a little bit, and Ashford has scored on the ground for the first time tonight to go along with 2 touchdown throws.
Look how physical he is on this run. You know, it's a design quarterback run, but watch this. He's going to make contact, and he's going to carry both defenders for another 3.5 yards. That's a physical runner.
10-yard touchdown run for Ashford. And the Deacons going to the card here, going to try for 2. See if they can get it to 10. That was the final play of the 3rd quarter. Here's Ashford. Read play, trying to keep his momentum. He does, and pushes into the end zone. Murgatt had a chance. The Go for Dos is brought to you by Dos Equis.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
And Robbie Ashford and Wake Forest are to within 10. How about this?
Look at this physical run. Really go. Look at him pound the DBs right into the end zone. Wow.
Welcome back to Durham. Start of the 4th quarter. Coach, you told me at half your defense needed a reset. Outside of those final seconds, your defense pitched a shutout. How do you want to start the 4th quarter?
Well, we had 2 big stops on defense, gave our offense short fields. We got a little separation on the scoreboard, but they came right back down the field on us. It's going to come down to the end. So offense got to do a great job controlling the ball. Got to keep trying to score. Got to stay aggressive.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And the kick going to be fielded by Hagans around the 5. Samir Hagans, look out! On senior night, Hagans needs a block. Runs into a guy, now reroutes. 30, 25, 20. Samir, can you find? No. He'll be taken down at the 13.
Wow.
You cannot kick it to number 2.
No, why are you kicking it to number 2? I mean, you don't, come on, man. Don't put it in their best player hand back there, return player. I mean, come on, look at this run. He's just weaving, man. Look at him stay keeping his balance, outrunning everybody here. He just probably took it a little too wide, getting a little tired at the end. What a return.
80-yard kick return by Hagans. Trayvon West might have saved the touchdown.
80-yard return. He probably ran 110 yards. Wow.
He already had the 100-yard blaze at Clemson, and he almost ran another one back. Nate Shepard's come in. Snap to Mensah. Shepard trying to get started. Not much there. Off the Deacon 13-yard line. You need to see when Hagans looks like when he gets it all the way to the top of the gearbox. Here we go. There's not an orange shirt within 20 yards.
He's got some speed, no question about that. He's got a different gear.
Tell you what, Steve and Dana, we saw that when he got to the 30, he was gone. Not the 30 at the other end either.
I can just remember whenever we had good kick returners, we weren't kicking the ball to him. No chance. Come on, man.
So here's Mensah now. Play clock winding down to 6. And Shepard the carry. Near side, and did he stay in? Touchdown, Duke. Second rushing score of the night for the Nate train.
Watch this. I mean, look how quick he is. And look at his balance. Turning the corner at full speed and the wherewithal to stay in. That Dana dude is really on fire tonight, man. He is something. What a running back combination.
Yep.
Nate's fast and slippery and quick, and then you got Castle with the big biceps, rocking people.
That is 9 touchdowns on the ground for Shepard. Polino's been busy tonight. He punches through the point. Duke's got 42. The lead is back to 17, and the train is running the rail tonight in Durham. Well, a year ago in Winston-Salem, Steve, it literally was the last play. Malik Murphy airs it out. Jordan Moore. How about that? 23-17, the final. Look at that, Wakelet 17-3 in the third. Duke 21 unanswered. That 39-yard score from Murphy to Jordan Moore. I had a chance to see Jordan and Jaden's dad before the ball game today, and told him, said, I know you got fond memories of a year ago in Winston-Salem. Here is Searcy a yard deep, and he's chopped down at the 16. Well, if it was Jordan Moore last year with the heroics, put Nate Shepard on the list tonight, Coach.
Yeah, he's certainly had a night for himself. Running, cutting, shooting, physicality, burst. He's got it all. And look at him catch the ball in the backfield. This guy's got really nice hands. I mean, he's just a total package, and he's only just a freshman.
Dana, I think he's going to be in the Rookie of the Year consideration as well.
A star is born. We've been saying it since the Syracuse game, but in all seriousness, Steve, how difficult is it for a defensive coordinator to prepare for the running back that they have in Anderson Castle and Nate Shepard? That can't be easy.
No, they're two totally different guys. I mean, and one is a physical inside pounding runner who also, though, can catch the ball well. But then, of course, you got Nate, who's a home run hitter, but he can beat you out of the backfield. So, you know, it's quite a combination.
Another catch for Racanelli starts the Wake drive, and there's a second catch for Racanelli. And that was thrown behind him. He makes a terrific grab of this. Mekhi Jones the tackle in the Duke secondary, and look at the Deeks at midfield in 2 snaps.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Duke has got us on defense, got to bow up here a little bit.
Yep. 3 steps, shot down the field, and Racanelli had it pop off his hands, incomplete. Yep, he knows it too.
That was a good pass. That was right on his hands. Should have caught that one, but good ball. Racanelli, man.
6 for 103 tonight for Sawyer Racanelli. Steve, he came in a year ago at Montana, 30 catches, 409 yards, 2 touches for Bobby Houck and the Grizzlies. Boy, that's a good program, by the way. That Montana outfit, oh boy.
That's real. Those guys, that's good ball.
Career high tonight for Racanelli. Look at Ashford. Tucking and running, and first down and more. Robbie's still digging it out toward the 30 of Duke.
I'm so impressed with the way he runs the football. I really am. He is something here. I mean, this guy, Robbie Ashford, is athletic, fast, physical, tough. He's got a lot of unbelievable attributes.
Yeah, he's almost to 200 yards. So he's over 200 tonight, 262. And they got a touchdown.
Ruling on the field is an incomplete pass.
Burkhalter, incomplete.
Second down.
Wow, that was a
So Burkhalter, they took the deep shot for Sterling Burkhalter. Mensa was going to be in the neighborhood of 300 yards if this is completed. Oh, wow. Yeah. He had it about halfway through.
Yeah, he just,
couldn't clutch it.
Would have been a really heck of a catch. Really good throw. I mean, impressive throw.
Chandler Rivers right there. So second down and 10, ball at the 32 of the Blue Devils. Mensa, another quick shot. Falai, the tight end. Knocked out by Rivers. So Ashford, his season high in yards, Steve, 292 against Delaware. He's run for 66 and had 82 on the ground against Georgia Tech. He's run for almost 60 tonight, and he's working on a 300-yard night passing. There's Ty Clark. He got chopped down, I think, right at the first down mark by Rivers. 0 tackled 0.
First down.
So Robbie Ashford's working on about a 360-yard night of total offense.
Yeah, he's having a heck of a day for himself, really. Some real inopportune penalties have hurt them. Otherwise, this would be close, a lot closer.
There's another throw. Clark the catch, and Kendall Johnson, the redshirt sophomore at linebacker on the weak side, made the play.
I'm surprised that Duke's not coming after him a little bit more. I'm guessing they're saying we're going to make you go the long way, but
here goes Clark, and it's first and goal. Boy, Deacons are on the line and pulling the trigger.
Yeah, this team has got a lot of fight. Really do.
No substitutions here. First and goal. Give is Clark, and he digs in for the touchdown. Ty Clark gets his third rushing score of the year, his second in as many weeks for the Deacons.
Nice physical run, nice drive. I mean, which team is going to play a little defense here in the fourth quarter?
Not sure about that.
Credit the offenses, but come on now. Defense, where are you?
In their last 5 possessions of this ball game, I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, the last 7 possessions of this game, Steve, we have had 5 touchdowns. Ty Clark, the latest to get on the board between the Deacons and Devils. Duke leading 42-32. Time for our experts at work, presented by Principal. Coach Adazio, I offer you Duke's offense.
Yeah, well, it's been highly productive. You're seeing the scoring being spread around to a host of players here. What a pass by Mensa. Another great power run by Castle. And of course, Nate Shepard with the burst and the balance. I mean, there's been a lot of scoring. This is about as much scoring as I've seen in a short amount of time this year.
5 rushing scores, most in 2 years, not since the 2023 game against Northwestern, as Duke scored 5 times on the ground. And the other, you saw the Mensa to Hagans, that's the touchdown pass. Samir had a touchdown catch and almost had a kick return for a score. It did set up the last run you saw a moment ago by Shepard. They're going to kick this to him again. Nope, they're going to kick it. Oh, boy. Now, did that go out of bounds in the end zone? Yeah, it did. Touchback. That was close.
Yeah, real close.
From a kick perspective, Caleb Carlson, very accurate. So Duke will start from its 25.
Now let's see if we see the first series of defense they've been absent. Where's the defense?
Not so sure. Not so sure, Steve.
Wake needs to find a defense. And
the lines, well, and you said this early in the second half, both defensive lines had provided some pressure, but not a lot of resistance once you got past the fronts.
Yeah, no.
Pressure again. Mensah going to cut it loose. That's Barcade trying to come back and make the catch. And incomplete. Webb in coverage.
I think Webb did a good job last minute of getting his head back around, making a play on the ball, because it looked to me like that was heading down pass interference for a minute there.
Oh, yeah. Good call, Coach. Watch the turn. Yep, there's the turn.
Just enough at the end there to keep the flag in the pocket.
It's clear the last couple of weeks that Cooper Barcade's at the top of the scouting report when it comes to Duke and who they are in the throw game.
Well, now they're in that heavy tight end wing formation. It's a run formation, but are they really going to run it here, or are they going to play action it?
They're going to run it. Shepard trying to get started. He'll get a couple of yards. Crisano really like this young redshirt freshman. He's another guy that came from Pullman, Washington with Jake Dickert. Played 5 games a season ago. He came out of Granite Bay, California, top 35 in the ESPN 300, Steve, at linebacker.
Yeah, he's playing really well.
Fasano, yeah, nicely done tonight. He had 15 tackles in their last 4 coming into tonight. Got a good look to him.
Critical third down here, man. 3rd and 8.
Lead is 10 for the Blue Devils. Mensah looking Barcade's way and then fired for Brown. Incomplete.
I think he might have rushed that a little bit. He felt a blitzer coming there and might have just rushed that throw just a tad.
So 3 and out for Duke for the 2nd time in the half and the 4th time in the ball game. Wake turns them away.
And that's, you know, Manny, when Dana interviewed Manny, he talked about being able to control the ball and bring it down the field and score, and that's not happening right now. You know, so the pressure is going to end up back on the Duke defense.
Reynoldson's going to keep it. Wake turn their back, and Cade Reynolson down the far sideline, out of bounds. Duke will keep the football on a 30-yard run by the Aussie.
Another big Duke special teams play. Man, that's that play, I believe, where he has a punt run option. Yeah, that's what we used to call this rocket. And if you had nothing there, the punter keeps it and goes down the sideline.
There's your man O'Connor again on the wing, Steve.
Oh, yeah, O'Connor's leading the way, and punter usually gives a go call when he decides he's going to run it. What a time pulling it out. Special teams, man. Look at that, huh? Wow.
Longest play of the game, and now Mensah trying to do something here. Going to slip it to Barcade. How about that catch? That was go to the Buick, make a right.
Well, that's just a broken play. They turned into something.
That was nothing but the schoolyard game.
Yeah, well, that's what players do. Now they're in 2nd and maybe 5.5.
So take away the punt and the 3 and out, and look at Duke continuing the drive, and then Mensah and Barcade play a little street football.
I mean, special teams, man, special teams.
Manny Diaz said something yesterday in our meeting about the fake punt, right?
Yeah.
And lo and behold, there we go, see it again. Here's Shepard. That's close to a 1st down.
Like I said, I think that punt is a read. He has a read punt option on it, and what a good call, what a good time, and you know, it's just a huge play in this game.
Yeah.
I mean, they needed something, right? Something had to happen because offensively they just seemed to stall. Now all of a sudden a little juice, and now you got a good run. It's 3rd and short. Run it again. Is Castle in the game or is Nate in there? I don't know which one. Castle time. Yeah, they put Castle time in. I'm guessing Castle's going to run, but look at Wake Forest. It's like there's nobody deep.
We got everybody on campus lined up defensively.
Yeah, they do. You know, you wonder, right?
Here's Mensah. That's Castle, and he's taken down. That is a great play by Hardy. Langston Hardy.
I just don't want to beat a dead drum here. But what did I say before? Same guy, same situation. You're in the pistol. You can't turn your back and expect anything to hold that guy. He just ran right down the line of scrimmage. You got to account for him with a naked, with a read, or with a blocker.
Steve Duke is 7 of 8 on 4th down in the last 2 games. This is 4th down and a full 3. Barcade to the top of the screen. Deacons bring the pressure from Mentz's left. Back foot throw and incomplete. Wake's going to get it on downs. With 7:25 to go in the ball game, and the Blue Devils leading by 10, we get a timeout at Wallace Wade Stadium. Felt like Duke had gained a lot of momentum on the fake punt, and now the Deacons force the turnover on downs. Don't forget, following our coverage from Durham, we'll send you to Raleigh. 115th meeting all time between the Pack and the Heels. Dave Dorn is 8-4 as NC State's coach against Carolina. They've won the last 4. If they win tonight, it would tie the longest winning streak for NC State in the series. Bill Belichick gets his first turn tonight at State Carolina. Chris Cotter, Max Brown, Ashley Stroline standing by at Carter Finley tonight. And no surprise, a full house is expected for State Carolina. There's up the field. Look at this. Hernandez is loose, Coach.
I'm just not sure that there wasn't a defensive offsides there. Might have jumped the cadence a little bit.
Here is referee Nolan Dumas. Play should stand anyway.
Oh, yeah.
To the Duke 27.
7, defense in the neutral zone at the snap. That penalty is declined.
Yep.
Result of the play, 1st down.
So in 2 snaps, Wake Forest has moved the ball some 33 yards.
I mean, they've gotten a lot of chunks throwing the ball tonight.
Yep, sure have. And Robbie Ashford and the Deeks trailing 10 under 7 to go tonight at Wallace Wade. And Racanelli couldn't reel that in. Caleb Weaver was there.
What a football name.
Racanelli. Sure.
I mean, you know, it just rolls off your lips. Racanelli. I love that. Nice.
Ashford's over 300 yards, by the way, in the ball game. First time he's been over 300 as a Deacon. Second and 10. Snap. Robbie looks immediately left. Now dump it to Claiborne. Trying to find a gap in the blocking. Ball popped out. Is this Wake's 3rd turnover of the night? Duke says they've got it. And the ruling is it belongs to the Blue Devils.
A fumble
Luke
recovered by the
Mercott,
defense.
the linebacker.
1st down, Duke.
It will be 2 fumbles and an interception if this stands. Another look. Oh, I don't know.
The field of a fumble is under further review.
I don't know if his elbow hit the ground before the ball popped out. Chandler Rivers was there almost simultaneously. For the time being, it is a fumble recovered by Mercott. And Nolan Dumas hops on the headset with the Operations Center in Uptown Charlotte. Got to watch Claiborne's elbow and the ball here, I think, Coach.
I think it's a fumble. You know, I mean,
he's on another player, so he's not down.
Right. That's why.
Yep. Oh, punch out. Chandler Rivers. Look at that.
Headsy play.
Yep, sure was. I think that's going to stand.
I feel bad for Claiborne. He's just really playing hard, physical, and trying to get as many yards as he can. And he had the ball pretty well high and tight, but the guy knocked it clean.
And so now with 6:38 to play, this would be Wake's 2nd fumble of the night, their 3rd turnover. And the recovery by Mercott. Duke has turned the previous 2 turnovers into touchdowns, by the way.
I'm sure Duke works on that every day, too, that
After
punch out.
review, the ruling on the field is upheld. First down, Duke.
So the Blue Devils off the 18 take over.
Now, that was a big play for Duke, an unfortunate play for Wake, but they were driving right there. Now Duke needs to try to put together a nice drive here. You know, this is, you know, run the ball, combine it with some short play action, and see if you can get a nice series. Stay ahead of the chains. Don't get behind the chains.
Nate Shepard will be the running back.
You can rest assured Wake is going to, you know, be in man coverage. They're going to be down in there.
Anderson crawls up on the defensive line to the right of Mensah, and look at Shepard. Pick up 4, maybe 5 on the play. Hall and Hazen, the 2 linebackers. 4-2-5 alignment that Wake runs out of their base set. They're on the tackle.
They dropped that safety into the box. You know, Wake did. It created an extra half, but that's okay. You got 4.5 yards on the play. That's all you need to do.
Yep.
Do it again, or if you have a good play action, controlled, short play action pass, that's okay too.
Second and 6. Shepard, and boy, he got doused out pretty quick. Hazen again.
I mean, the running backers are running downhill. Everybody, it's, you know, they're just...
First charge, 10 out of the half. Wake Forest, 30 seconds.
Deacons will have 2 to go. They burn one here ahead of the 3rd down play.
That's why I was calling for a little play action right there, because the backers are just rolling downhill. I feel there's too much time left on the clock not to, you know, try to stay. I get it. You're trying to run the clock down, but you need to get a first down.
When do you, I mean, as successful as Mintz has been delivering the ball tonight, Ashford for that matter too, but in Duke's case here, you can mix a throw in here, but it's got to be your best throw, right? You probably got to, have you got a place in your call sheet where you say here 5 or 6 throws we'll run even when we're trying to manage the clock?
And I think a play action in those early downs, because they're playing runs so hard.
Right.
You can get a little something behind those linebackers that are running downhill. I think that's, now you're in 3rd down. It's an obvious passing down, you know, and you got to make, you know, you got to trust your quarterback. He's a veteran player. He's playing at a high level. Trust him here. Try to go get this first down.
He's 186 yards tonight on 29 attempts as Mensah.
Don't force it though.
Duke's missed their last 4 third down tries here, Steve. This is 3rd and 7. Barkate to the top of the screen. Here's Mensah to his right, looking toward Castle. This is Barkate, first down. Yep. That cat's got 55 grabs coming into the game. 3rd down, you got to have a play. Get it to 18.
I'm signing up for that. A little pocket movement, so he's not stuck in the pocket. And nice job getting it, you know, 2 of your best players making plays. Quarterback, receiver. Now come back here and start to think about maybe an early down play action here. A good, easy control play action on 1st down.
7 catches, 46 yards tonight for the Harvard transfer, Cooper Barkate. Castle in the backfield. Mensah going to hand it to him. Wake blitzed, and the first guy through was Cusano, and he caused the problem. Rerouted Castle right into the arms
charge
of
from out of the half. Wake Forest, 30 seconds.
So it'll be 2nd down and 11. Loss of 1 for Castle, and Wake uses their 2nd timeout.
Afalafa's playing really at a high level.
Again, we talked about their defense at the top tonight, Steve, and we see there's 74 combined points in the game. So you say, what are you talking about defense for? You can see the pieces that Jake Dickert and Scott Hazelton have built in this unit tonight. Now, granted, some Washington State guys, some portal guys, things like that. But I'm encouraged if I'm a Wake Forest fan. Yeah, they're going to go to a bowl. They might finish with their 4th loss here and finish 4-4. But my goodness, what a statement in year 1 by this staff.
Yeah, they're setting a tone here, a program tone. You know, this is a good, hard-playing, physical, tough, well-coached football team. Both these teams. These are two good coaching staffs.
And that's why one of the most intriguing votes to come out next week is going to be the ACC Coach of the Year. Because really, you got three guys. Jake Dickert, we've already told you, most wins of a first-year coach in Wake history. Tony Elliott, there is no better redemption story in college football than what's happening at Charlottesville. And, of course, the job Brent Key did for Georgia Tech, even though their last 3 losses came in their final 4 games.
3 great candidates. Tony Elliott, though, he's had a heck of a year. See if he can finish here tonight.
Here comes Mensah. Slips it out in the flat. The Nate Train! Tackled, but a first down.
That's what I like right there, Wes. That's what I'm talking about. You know, a nice play action right there. First down. Now come back and run the ball. Come back and run it. You got to mix it in a little bit. What happened? What do they got?
I don't know here. Flag of some sort. Is it enough for the first down, though, is the question. Duke's taking Justin Pickett off the field at the right guard spot. And the Blue Devils making a substitution there.
The result of the play was a first down. After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 77, offense. That's his first of the game. 15-yard penalty from the end of the play. It'll be first down and 10.
Justin Pickett announced before the game, this is his 33rd start tonight. And maybe somebody said something, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, it's time to play the feud.
Oh, come on, man. Nothing drives me more crazy than this stuff.
Yeah.
It's hard to win a college football game. You make a big play, now you go backwards with penalty. Come on, man. I didn't see it, so maybe, who knows, but I'm just saying, it's so hard to win. You can't do foolish things.
Under 5 to go now. Castle in the ball game with Mensah. They're going to hand it to Anderson Castle. And he tried to bounce it and could not. And I think Jake Dickert's going to use his last time out with 4:40 to go.
And final, charge him out of the half. Wake Forest, 30 seconds.
So the Deacons will burn the timeout. Wake Forest comes in, winners of 3 straight. You see Scott Hazelton there. He's talking to one of his, he's got the gray beard. Heck of a story that guy is. He's done a marvelous job, as we said. Fun to talk to him about this first-year staff coming together and all the guys kind of involved in it. He's got combination coaching. Of course, Hazelton was on staff in Texas, and he and Dickert had some history. Stephen Gate, these guys out in the Dakotas. Dickert went to Wisconsin, Stevens Point. Hazelton worked at, was it North Dakota State?
I love that.
Yeah.
I mean, I still like that way that you used to have to work your way up in this business and coach. You know, now it's more like, you know, guys could pop up as analysts and things, but like,
sure,
coach, go coach, go. It used to be that way, you know, and you learned how to really be a good teacher. But, you know, I guess it's just different ways. But appreciate those guys that grinded it through small college football and became good teachers and coaches.
2nd and 11 after Castle lost a yard. Mensah going to throw, looking Barcade's way, caught it on the slant. Cooper Barcade in a foot race inside the 30 to the 28. Ladarius Webb got him on the ground. 1st and 10 for Duke.
Once again, where do you go when you need a play? Cooper Barcade's your guy. Nice throw, nice catch. I'd like to see Cooper hold the point of the ball up a little higher. You don't need to get stripped there, but take care of it. Right now, it's about taking care of the football right now.
Yep.
Run the ball, take care of the football, bring this clock down. They've, you know, there's only, it stops at the 2-minute deal, and you know, another couple of first downs. And
8 for 83 for Barcade. Here's Mensah for 1st and 10. Snapped as the play clock expires. They'll hand to Castle, and he may give another yard back. Dana, the Cooper Barcade story is one that folks are going to remember for a while here in Durham, too.
Well, he's a guy who got plenty of Power 4 offers coming out of high school, made the decision to go to Harvard, as one does, and graduate in 3 years. That was his plan all along when he entered Harvard. And then he said, now I'll go play in a Power 4 school in Duke. But the coaching staff, Manny Diaz in particular, said he's been such a seamless fit. He also brings maturity to that wideout room.
To me, Steve, the Ivy League and the transfer situation into the ACC this year, that's a story until itself. Not just here, at other places.
Because of the great academics, too. I mean, those guys come into your system with already having their degrees.
And the pass looking for Barcade again got deflected, so the clock will stop with 3 minutes to go. It's okay to throw it, you just got to throw it, right?
Yeah, I mean, now I'm getting, as I talked earlier, I wanted those quick early first down play actions, but now I'm kind of with, I think Wake is out of timeouts.
Yeah.
So now I'm kind of like to see him run the ball.
Yeah.
Drain the clock.
Hazen, by the way, got a hand in there to break up the ball headed for Barcade.
Well, now you got to trust your cue here with his experience. He'll be careful with the ball, try to throw it for a first down. I'm not, feeling you can kick it.
3rd and long. Draw with Shepard trying to get to the perimeter. Look out, what a collision, and he still kept ticking. Down to the 20-yard line on a 3rd and 11 play. It'll be 4th down and 3.
Yeah.
And I suspect Duke might run this clock down and call a timeout. We'll see.
Yeah, what a physical run there by Nate Shepard. I mean, that was a real hard physical run. But yeah, I would say Wes are going to run this down, take the timeout, make a decision. Do you go for it here on 4th? Do you, because the field goal, does it do? It stops. Still a 2-score game, but of course they wouldn't be able to tie you up with a touchdown and a field goal.
First charge from out of the half, Duke. 30 seconds.
Well, Manny Diaz is going to watch his team huddle. There's Rich Skrosky. We talked about his role in this whole process last week. Yeah. You see in this, he's holding the book. Dana, and that's the most important piece of the operation is the book. Right, Steve?
Well, the book is telling you in this situation, my sense would be the book is telling you to, it calculates in all the score, the potential score.
Right.
And they tabulate it. The book may be telling them to go for it, but sometimes do you kick that field goal here? I know it's still a 2-score game, but it's not a touchdown, a field goal. The clock's down low here.
Right.
I don't know. If you trust your field goal kicker, you might kick it here. My sense is they're going to go for it.
I thought it was great yesterday when Manny told us we decided we were going to fake the field goal at some point last Saturday night, and we confirmed it and didn't tell anybody else.
Yeah.
Skrosky, Manny Diaz, Gabe Infante, and that was it.
Yeah, that's the way to go. You don't want any expression. They're going for it here. You know what? Good call.
Bunch look to the top. Duke's 2 for 3 on 4th down tonight.
Can't argue with this call. I mean, I think this makes sense. You can go either way with it.
Shepard in the backfield, Hazley the tight end to the left.
I think they're coming zero pressure here.
Here's Mensah, throw offline. He had to cut it loose. Brown was there. Wake's going to get it back. Clock stops with 2:11 to play. Deacons will be out of timeouts and trailing 10. So it's a turnover on downs. 10 plays run by the Blue Devils. And Wake has a crack in the window here.
You saw what Wake did there? That was really good defense. They showed pressure. They showed zero, and then they knew they were going to get that throw, that bubble relief throw out there. They sprinted out there.
Yeah.
That was good defense now.
They only ended up, rushing about 5 guys.
Yeah.
Everybody else went to the perimeter.
They were showing zero blitz, and bailed and ran to that quick relief throw.
So off the 20-yard line, here is Robbie Ashford. One would think the Deacons have to try and strike quickly here with 2:11 to go. And did we get early movement?
I think so.
By the visitors, I think so.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 65, offense, 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
That is Clinton Richard. All 6'3", 305 of him. Redshirt freshman from Hiram, Georgia. He is the baby in the offensive line because he's around guys who are starting their 23rd, their 27th, or their 37th games tonight. Tonight is his 3rd start. Ashford, sack, ball is out. They'll dive on the loose rock, And as Duke recovered, they have the 4th Wake turnover of the night.
Ruling on the field is a fumble, recovered by the defense. First down, Duke.
Murgatt has recovered it. Mekhi Jones knocked it loose from Robbie Ashford.
I'll tell you what, I bet Duke does a bunch of knocking the ball out circuits, and it's showing up tonight. They're popping the ball out. 3-man rush.
Look at Jones, 26. Heck of a play by the young freshman.
Murgatt right around the ball, our guy.
Oh, and Robbie Ashford. One of those nights.
Yeah. Turnovers, penalties have really plagued Wake tonight, right?
Yep.
Not their valiant effort, not their toughness, their passion. They're playing hard, but those penalties and turnovers been a problem.
Second fumble recovery of the night from Murgatt. 4 takeaways for Duke. Here's Nate Shepard now off the 11, and that'll take us to the 2-minute timeout. Goodness gracious.
This is the 2-minute timeout.
Blue Devils trying to get to a 7-5 campaign when we come back to Wallace Wade. Duke leads 42-32. You see, boy, we've had a lot of offense, a lot of points tonight. Unfortunately for Wake, most of those penalty yards were early. And the turnovers tonight. Boy, Robbie Ashford's going to be a tough day watching the film.
Yeah.
Good news for Robbie Ashford and Wake is this is not it. This is not the end of the campaign, Steve. They'll get a postseason date, as will the Blue Devils, who are in line to pick up their 7th win of the year. And they're going to win back-to-back state titles, if you will, in the ACC for the first time since 1961-62. And play is whistled down on first down. And the clock will start to move, and they won't have to snap it again until about the 105 or 107 mark.
Yeah, that kind of run right there takes a little bit of time off for them. You know, they're probably going to be short here in terms of running the clock out. They can get a first down, you know, but run it again. Run it again.
And both these teams will wait on a week from tomorrow or so to see where their postseason destinations might be.
I tell you what I would do right now. I'd get in a pistol, act like I'm running a stretch play to the right, and have the quarterback keep it. Just have him keep it to the left.
There goes Anderson Castle right side. Boy, took a big hit. Patterson came downhill. And that creates 4th down, and the clock's going to run to about 20 seconds or so. Well, we got a moment here. Always great to be with Steve Adazio and Dana Boyle on our ACC coverage. Thanks as well to Ben Ward and Drew Schaube, been with us most of the year as our producer director. And it's great tonight to work with Aaron Owens and the legendary Michael Ireland tonight as our leaders of our crew here in Durham. Thanks to Chad Lampman and the people here at Duke for their assistance tonight. Eric Fiddleman's been our spotter. The great Richard Simmons handling stats. Always appreciate you guys taking care of us. And we got a Duke timeout with 26 seconds left.
Second charge from out of the half. Duke, 30 seconds.
Had a fun year kind of going through this league and watching it unfold. And depending on the outcomes tonight, Steve, in Charlottesville and in Berkeley, it's going to be awfully interesting to see what Miami's win at Pitt does on Tuesday night.
That's right.
To the standings.
Yep, no doubt about it.
Because the committee talked about one thing the last couple of weeks. Miami moved up a slot last week. No, Notre Dame plays tonight. Stanford late. 10:30 start. Irish fans very excited about a 10:30 Eastern time start tonight, if you don't know. Very excited about ACC After Dark tonight from Palo Alto.
Oh, yeah.
But I think Miami's spot on Tuesday night and then the champion of the ACC that gets the bid anyway, fascinating.
Yeah, no question. How they go over all that information.
Mensah, end zone, Hazley, touchdown, Duke. Jeremiah Hazley with 23 seconds left to go.
Hazley, he's the go-to guy too now. That's Hazley's everywhere. Nice catch.
11 yards from Darian Mensah. And 3 of the 4 Wake turnovers cashed in for touchdowns.
You got to trust your quarterback on when you do something like that, you know.
Polino for the point. And it's now 49-32. And Manny Diaz and the Blue Devils get to write the script on senior night here in Durham. Darian Mensah ran for one early and has thrown for 2 here in the second half. Most points against Wake in 31 years tonight for Duke.
I'm saying that was a pretty good pickup, Mensah at Duke. What do you think?
Wow, I'll tell you.
That's why to Manny on that big hug at the end, you know, he's saying, thanks for everything you've done.
Man.
Because you need a quarterback, and what a difference it makes.
Yep. 49-32. And the Blue Devils are going to finish at 7-5 and 6-2 in the ACC. Salas will kick it away. There'll be no return. And the Deacons will come back out with 23 seconds left. Robbie Ashford has thrown for a career-high 322 tonight on 26 of 41, by the way. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. There have been a couple fumbles. Claiborne is a tick under 60 yards of rushing. Ashford's got 52 yards. His total offense number tonight is 300 and, well, roughly 80 yards. Pretty strong night of work for Robbie Ashford. And Steve, a little more accurate than I think he's been given credit for in recent weeks, too.
He threw the ball well, no question. I was very impressed with that.
Now looking to make a play. He'll shoot it back across the field to Falai, incomplete with 17 seconds to go. And Wake's out of timeouts. So anything in the run game likely would end it. Start for Anthony. They'll throw the flag. It's a free play here, and it's offline incomplete with 13 seconds left. That'll cost them 5. Jeremiah Melvin was the intended receiver.
Offside, number 7, defense, in the neutral zone at the snap. 5-yard penalty. Replay, second down.
I mean, we're jumping off sides with 13 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
you know, I always say at this time of the game, when this game's over, please nobody get hurt.
That's it.
You know, just please nobody get hurt. Penalty.
Falai,
That's
incomplete pass. And Vincent Anthony Jr. going to be ticketed here, I think, for a hit.
Personal foul,
sure
roughing
is.
the passer, number 7, defense, 15-yard penalty, and automatic. First down.
And he'll come out of the lineup.
Yeah, good man. Get him off the field right now.
Tyshawn Reed going to check in.
That's why, you know, you worry about like Robbie Ashford getting hurt there. And just this is, you know, this drives me a little crazy, but.
Well, Duke's going to win this game in the series with Wake Forest, the 4th straight time. 9 of the last 13 in the Duke-Wake game have gone to the Blue Devils. Ashford with 6 seconds left, and that's caught by Racanelli. What a night he's had. Ball at the 35-yard line at Duke, and Wesley Williams and Robbie Ashford exchange slaps on the wallet after a collision when he let it go. Ashford, his career high was 337. He's now got 342. in the ball game. Season high it was earlier, now a career high for Robbie Ashford.
Great day he's had. He's taking some shots here right now in the waning seconds that are just not necessary.
And this will be the final play of the game. And he'll be sacked, and that's Tyshawn Reed. Gets Ashford on the ground, and Duke is a 49-32 winner tonight against Wake Forest. The Blue Devils will finish the regular season at 7-5 and a 6-2 worksheet in the ACC. Wake Forest finishes at level par in conference play, 4-4 and 8-4. And the terrific first year authored by their coach Jake Dicker. Let's go downstairs. Dana's with Manny Diaz.
Manny, with the win tonight, you are 3-0 in North Carolina for the second straight season. What does this moment feel like for you?
That's big. I'm really proud of the team. It's not perfect. You don't have to be perfect, but boy, you have to persevere. And our guys have through a lot of ups and downs this year. I'm so proud of them, proud of our seniors. 20 ACC wins over the last 4 years. A lot of things that these guys have done to this program, leaving it in much better shape than they found it.
Speaking of the seniors, what do they mean to this program and this institution?
Well, like I said, what they've done from where they were, where the program was, their hard work, staying when I came. They had every reason to go somewhere else, and they didn't. So I'm just so proud of them. They deserved a night like tonight and to walk off this field as winners.
How do you describe the play of your quarterback, Darian Mensah, tonight?
He had to be great. They're really, really good on defense, and to score 49 was, I don't think we ever believed that could be a possibility. And they challenged everything. They made everything really tough, and to make the plays that shows the trust we have in them.
Victor last week, and you State. Congratulations. Go celebrate.
Thank you. Can't wait.
All right. Thanks to Manny Diaz. Congratulations to the Duke Blue Devils. 49-32 the final. Great to be with Steve Adazio and Dana Boyle here tonight as we close our coverage on ACC Network. Thanks to Aaron Owens and Michael Ireland, our ACC Network crew. West Durham from Wallace Wade Stadium. Blue Devils winners by 17. Here is Kelsey Riggs.